didn't know, now I'm gonna show you the power that is me. You try to take me down, stop the show. Seems you never tasted fear or loss of control. The power lives in me. The power that is me. We all danced in fire, trapped in this machine. Don't know how long we waited as the Eggman's watching. We all danced in fire, looking through the screen. Don't know how long we waited as the Eggman watches. As the Eggman watches.
Oh, hi, chat.
Did you just like go
Hi,
live
chat.
with that? Wow.
No, they didn't
Yeah.
hear that part.
Oh, okay.
No,
So, chat, we were talking about dildos earlier, and Temp wanted to tell me how deep he could put it.
That's not what happened.
there is some gaslighting here. Before we start, Sparky, thank you for the raid. Welcome,
Oh,
Raiders.
Wow, thank you, Sparky's
about?
Tech Corner.
Oh, Chad, it's Dogwave night. And
But there's an
oh
elf here.
boy, yeah, we have an elf. I had to grab the elf with the stuff that happened this week. Tape, no.
Yeah, that was a
Fairly
big.
deep, I suppose. No.
Oh my. Somebody
So-
left a long comment on my last stream.
So, how was both of your weeks?
Oh no. That's
Yep.
pretty good.
Well, I lost part of a tooth, and I'm hoping that it's like the part that is okay to lose. Other than that, you know, it's all right.
Was it one of the ones that you got filling for when you were here?
Yeah, I got a temp filling.
Oh, they even told you it was like we
Wow.
couldn't do like a proper filling.
Well, no, they weren't going to do a crown. Crowns are like $800.
Right.
So I didn't expect that they were going to do anything more than just break in there and clean it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd always planned to get a crown on that tooth and the other tooth. The other tooth is holding up way better, probably because it's in the back.
Yep.
And it's a molar and not one of the smaller teeth. So my hope is that when I go in on Tuesday, the part that broke off isn't the real part of the tooth, which it doesn't look like it. It just looks like temporary stuff. But I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna ask them to put a crown on it, and if they don't think a crown is gonna work, I'll see what I can do. I'm just hoping and praying that I can just get a crown and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
There's other work that needs to be done, but right now I don't want to get it just yet.
Absolutely.
Not ready.
See, I had a scare for a couple months because one of the teeth I had a filling on, like the side of it was like it was kind of sharp and it was almost like, oh my god, the filling is literally coming out. I ended up finding out a couple of months later, after I finally dislodged it, that it was plaque, not the filling.
Well, that's good.
So
Sometimes plaque hardens and it's
Yep. So that tooth is back to being fine.
well, that's good.
I'm so glad all my teeth are fine.
You're lucky.
Yeah, you're lucky.
that you brush with fluoride.
No, actually, since God, how long? since 2015, so it's 14 years of age, I have been brushing and flossing with something called earth paste.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a natural herbal toothpaste.
I use something called
No
Boca.
fluoride.
Boca is what is like it's supposed to help rebuild enamel. Might or might not be working. I have no idea.
I mean, that's
Fluoride
fair.
maxing. Oh goodness. So
I'm still horrible at taking care of my teeth. I make sure to brush at least once a day.
I try and do it twice a day.
I would like to do it twice a day, but at least
Why don't you?
You have to be careful with overbrushing.
yeah, you do.
Twice a day, I would say, is a little bit too much unless you're using particularly soft
Well,
bristles. I'm not joking.
I would say once in the morning, like when you get up, and then so like for
Once
me,
before bed.
I will
That would be all
typically
right.
I typically brush my teeth when I'm in the shower because I have a filter on my shower head. So it is cleaner
Just
water.
Spray your face with your.
It is actually cleaner water than what our sink pushes out. So it's actually better for me to do it in the shower.
That's fair.
If you want to be super clean with your brushing of your teeth, brush with distilled water.
Yes. And if you really want to get freaky with it, it's distilled water that you boiled.
If you really, really want to get freaky with it, rip out all your teeth and 3D print new ones.
Yeah, no.
I'm pretty sure 3D printed teeth. And I don't think that works because because PLA
I don't
and
think it would.
plastic. I think that's toxic for your for your bones, like connecting it to your
Look,
bones.
we're all mostly like we're all like now 28% microplastics, so it's fine.
This is true.
That's fair.
Maybe I'll see if I can because I know that you can get crowns in ceramic. Maybe I can just ask them if I can get ceramic material and just 3D print it.
Just have a dental hygienist come over and give you a deep clean every night.
Actually, I
dear
feel like that would
God.
hurt you because
So-
deep cleans like go
That
real
would
deep.
be
Yeah,
really bad.
deep cleaning literally requires them to pull your gums back and clean under them.
Yeah, I don't consent to
Okay,
that.
so
It's like $500 a
yeah,
night, man.
like,
Not
I'm
Elon
just-
Musk.
I'm just not okay anymore. Like I was having a good day, and then you gave me that visual image, and I don't
Man,
know.
you're
I have a
chasing
good
her away.
imagination, and it's ruined.
You're
chasing
welcome.
her away, man. You can't do that.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? Trump can keep his tariff money.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
Replace
man.
all your teeth. Here's the thing. I fully expect to get dentures one day. I'm just hoping I could be like 60 or 70.
Well, you don't have to get dentures. You can pay like $5,000 a tooth and get implants.
No. Because here's the thing. Implants also cause you problems because they're touching the root.
Yeah, I know. I know my mother tells me she's got an implant and she's been having inflammation problems. So, if I have to get like
Yeah,
teeth
implants
replacements,
can be difficult.
Yep.
I will probably see if I can just like get something that will snap on there. Because I've been researching
Dentures
it.
are much better, and they're pretty good too. Like they have ones where they're like subsurface implants, where it's not like super in there, but they have a few things where like it literally like clicks in place your dentures,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it's really hard to just like remove them by accident.
Hmm
No, absolutely.
That'll probably be what I want to do. Probably.
Festiva for 5. 3 anime women ready for plapping. Okay, forget the female half. Keep the plaps for all 3 of them. Also, screw Nintendo. I'm siding with the government.
Okay, so everyone calm down. Look, I know we all hate Nintendo on principle, but you're gonna understand that what Nintendo is suing for is honestly what a lot of you should expect a lot of companies to sue
Yeah.
for, given it's related to the Supreme Court of the United States tariff rulings. It has nothing to do with like them going at them over some bullshit like some pocket pair shit.
Hmm. So I figure we might as well get into that because Ava actually will not be here for too long. And this is actually why I wanted Ava to come tonight at all. So.
It's a
Oh,
good
okay,
reason.
so I see you don't like me or anything. Yeah, I'm not your friend, but
He just wanted your brain, that's all.
Yeah, but you just wanted me for my brain.
I wanted you for your brain. Also, chat, I don't know what's going on with here. Like, here, let me stream this in Discord so you both can see this. Like, this whole, like, weird,
what a
like...
fucking amazing, like, fucking, like, what is this? Is this a serious article?
Yes! So we have an actual article, and we have the actual court filings.
Oh, good. And I'm assuming it's U.S. Court filing.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I expect.
They would have to be, yeah.
So, Nintendo is suing the U.S. government over tariffs. Nintendo of America is suing the United States government over the sweeping tariffs President Donald Trump put in place last year. According to a complaint filed Friday in the U.S. Court of International Trade and obtained by Aftermath, though the Supreme Court has stymied the tariffs for the time being, the situation remains in flux for companies manufacturing goods outside of the U.S. and sent stateside. The Supreme Court struck down the tariffs on February 20th, but Trump vowed to impose new 15% tariffs on many global imports under Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974. 24 states are suing over the new tariffs. As of Thursday, more than 1,000 companies have also sued the U.S. government for what they say is the illegal implementation of these tariffs. Those companies include Costco and FedEx. Nintendo of America's lawsuit is largely targeting refunds of the previously imposed tariffs that the Supreme Court struck down. The Supreme Court found that Trump could not invoke the International Emergency Economics Power Act of 1977 to put the tariffs in place. Nintendo of America's lawyers list the U.S. Department of the Treasury and Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent, U.S. Department of Homeland Security and former Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, Office of the United States Trade Representative and U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Geer, U.S. Customs and Border Protection and Protection Commissioner Rodney Scott, and the U.S. Department of Commerce and Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick. This action concerns defendants...
Wait. Why have they listed this many unrelated people?
I have no idea.
I mean, really, what you need to do is like it's pretty much it's pretty much U.S. government and the Treasury.
Yep.
I mean, who's ICE under? Not ICE. Excuse me. Who is the IRS under? What?
I don't know.
It's under its own department.
Hold on.
I'm just making sure it's not under DHS. I'm pretty sure it's not.
I think ICE is under DHS.
No, IRS.
Who is?
It is okay. Okay, yeah, United States Department of Treasury. I'm right. The only relevant party within the government is the Department of is the Treasury, and maybe the fucking person who heads the Treasury. Kristi Noem and everyone else listed. No, we don't need them.
So then why are they here?
That's a really good question.
It tends to be what a lot of lawyers will do, and they want to make sure that Trump doesn't kick this out by going, oh, well, those tariffs were for a national security reason, which means that you don't have any standing because you didn't list Kristi Noem, the DHS secretary. See what I mean? They're basically making sure all the boxes are checked so the government cannot wiggle out of this ruling with a motion to dismiss.
I see.
And we also need to consider this, is that it is actually Nintendo of America, not Nintendo proper.
That's true, yeah.
Now, of course, Nintendo proper could be using the American branch to do this. In secret, I don't think so, only because Trump is in really good standing with the current Prime Minister of Japan.
That's not going to last much longer if they decide to start selling all of their bonds, which is probably going to happen soon.
It's going to have to happen if we're not careful.
Yeah, they're going to start selling all of their bonds, which is, at the very least, I've heard rumors of like 8 billion being sold from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
They really want to get off of the American dollar right now,
yep.
Which is not good for us. Because if they sell and other people feel like selling, we could be really fucked soon.
Yep.
Love to see what happens.
Okay.
In regards to like, okay, has this ever happened before? Has the government been sued because tariffs have ended up being unlawful or whatever? This actually has happened before. However, it was in a much more limited fashion. I think it was was it Reagan or Nixon? I'm forgetting what was the last president that really fucking kicked the hornet's nest with tariffs. But they were prevented. Several of their tariffs that they placed were ruled unlawful. It took the U.S. government 10 years to pay that back. So the only president that I have here is, okay, we have technically repaid back tariff revenue that was declared unlawful. However, it takes us more than 2 presidential fucking stints in office to do so.
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
necessarily the best thing, in my personal opinion.
it's not.
Yeah, although I will say that damages are much more prevalent here, which might motivate the courts to enforce a much more timely refund process. Because I think it was like only a few million back in the 70s. And now we're 200 plus billion or whatever it was, which, by the way, everyone, can we all agree that's hilarious that Trump said that we apparently had made 17, 18 trillion dollars in tariff revenue, but now that tariff revenue is declared in value, it's all of a sudden it's only 180, 200 billion. What happened? I thought we were halfway through completing our national debt with just tariff revenue.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Slash S. Yeah, it's nice, but you know what else is nice is the idea of communism. Put it in practice, it's fucking horrible.
Mhm.
So I need to answer this real quick.
You know, where it's on the printed page are very pretty.
If hypothetically Nintendo were to win, do you think they would lower their prices? Absolutely not. They were looking for a reason to
No,
raise
no,
their
they weren't.
prices.
Yeah, no, they were. And that's the big thing here. It doesn't matter who wins, the government or Nintendo here. The fact is, we all lose.
Yep.
We all had to pay the extra prices. They boosted their prices, and now even if they get the refund, I guarantee you, they are not reducing their prices to the pre-tariff standard.
Yep. Because when you look at this, it's like, okay, it took Nintendo a long time to enter what is now the $70 or now $80 like price point.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up when you say
But-
that. Holy shit.
But they were looking to do this anyway. It's just the tariffs basically made them go, ooh, wait a second. We could do this and classify it as Trump's problem. Awesome. So,
They raised them before tariffs.
they were talking about them when tariffs were... Because here's the thing. The Switch 2 came out when tariffs were going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Price of goods went up despite production go back to normal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, and that's what always happens. We push things and like shortages, tariff, all kinds of things that going to be pinned on the reason for the price raising. But if you eliminate any of those problems that they are stating for the price raise, it doesn't lower the prices. It never does, because they will push the envelope and they might back off. And okay, well, those prices will be stable for a year or two, right? But they'll never actually lower them. It's
Well,
just it's the classic analogy of boiling the frog.
Exactly. And I want to answer this. Games outside the US, tariffs also increased in price. It's not the tariffs. It was never the tariffs. It's just they're using the tariffs as an excuse.
The tariffs are the excuse, guys.
So why do digital games go up in price?
Exactly.
Because digital games should be a proper price. They should be lower than the actual physical games, but they're not because companies are greedy. They've always been greedy. They will always be greedy. This is all about money, and that is it. So, it's just, I think a lot of this
Yeah,
is
I
just,
understand that most people are like, well, I don't understand. Digital goods aren't like physical or anything. They shouldn't have tariffs. One, depending on shipping method and like platforms and stuff, like going through Steam and stuff, sometimes duties can't actually apply.
Mhm.
Number two, it's just the fact that the tariffs exist and they can choose to some of their products, like say the Nintendo Switch or if you Steam, the Steam frame or anything like that. Any of those components that you have to get from outside of the country to assemble, that's gonna be tariffed.
Mhm.
But because some of their product can be raised in price because of tariffs, they can justify raising all products, even ones that might not have a physical representation.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Which just isn't cool, but it is what it is.
So it says here, this action concerns defendants' initiation and administration of unlawful trade measures that have, to date, resulted in the collection of more than $200 billion in tariffs on imports from nearly all countries. Lawyers write in the complaint. Nintendo confirmed aftermath it
See, I
filed.
don't like that. You're giving me worldwide tariff revenue based on thousands of companies. This is about you and the government. This is about Nintendo and the government. How much money have you like been damaged by in these tariffs as a company by itself?
Mhm.
This is a lot of fluff that doesn't need to be in the complaint, in my opinion.
Yep. Right
No.
now, essentially, Nintendo is suing the government to sue the government, and that is it.
The question is whether or not that will do anything.
No, it won't. Ava's right. No matter who
I mean,
wins here, we
Nintendo might
lose.
get their money. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like Nintendo might win this, and they might get their money back from the tariff revenue, but they got that tariff revenue by raising prices on us, and we don't get that refund. So everyone who matters, who isn't a politician, who isn't a fucking rich fucking bitch or anything like that, the people, we suffer, but they're not going to.
Mhm.
So you're telling me that I should be the one suing the government because I'm the one that technically is getting stiffed
If
right
you
now.
yeah, I mean, that's a good question, actually. How would I don't think a class action would work there.
No.
Obviously, more than 40 individuals have overpaid in tariffs and stuff and are due a refund, but I'm really not sure what the legal process would be here for getting the people their money back, not so much the companies.
I bet you Legal Eagle would hop right on top of that, even though he has no standing to make that a lawsuit that he should take.
He would probably know more so than I do. He's a corporate lawyer, so he's kind of used to this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I just know he's got such a hard on for opposing Trump. It's hilarious.
So when it comes to, like, if you're expecting to see prices be lowered by this if Nintendo wins, no. The only way we will ever see prices drop is if we have more and more games like Clay Obscure or Silk Song. Because those games are incredibly popular. The more those games sell, the more it will bring attention to the higher-ups and go, why aren't these $70 to $90 games being bought when these $40 to $20 games are just outselling us in droves? What is the difference?
Shout
That will-
out to
At the fucking price point.
Well, yeah,
shout out
exactly.
to that game. Shout out to what was it? To that new game that's got like 500,000
Slay the
concurrent
Spire 2.
players. Yeah, wasn't that like $20?
It's $25.
Shout out to Slay the Spire 2, who had over 500,000 concurrent players.
In fact, we're not going to leave this topic real quick, but I do want to see how it's doing right now.
it's 200,000.
285,000 right now, but 574,638 in the last 12 hours.
Can I be honest? I feel like I'm sleeping on a game that apparently a lot of other people really like.
So
I've never liked
There's
to
a
play
few
the
games
Spire.
like that I've kind of been like that, but like this one is, I don't even know, like what's the genre? I'm so
Okay.
lost. I don't even know if
I'm going to bring up a video, and I'm going to do this so chat can see my search history.
Show the trailer.
Yep.
Ava, do you like card
Okay.
games?
Depends. Not usually the digital kind.
You'll probably like this.
Yeah, so here, I will bring
You
this up.
might.
I'm going to do that so chat can see that.
Slay the Spire, huh? Oh, yo, what the fuck?
So this is merely animation, and it's very, very good. But what Slay
Compared
the
to
Spire
the first
is,
game.
yes. I've seen this hentai.
look like Dick Builder.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Okay.
That looks like a new
Kill that
class.
death.
Oh right, I forgot it's multiplayer now.
Oh,
Yep.
this is kinda
People can
cute.
draw dicks on the screen if they really want to.
Everyone's all about drawing the dicks. What about the movements?
Those are too hard.
Ironic. whether or not, like, I'd say probably not my kind of game. But what I can say is I get very hyped for seeing a clear passion project do
Mhm.
well.
Absolutely. I know some people are like, oh, it's just a lot more of the first game, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, and it is in early access.
The fact that it's getting 500,000 concurrent players in early access is crazy.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy.
Like, they've
I don't think I've ever
easily
seen that
funded
before.
the rest of the development of this game for the rest of its life.
Actually, that's a good question.
Shut up, John.
Let's
If
see.
Eva can't drive horribly, it isn't her kind of game.
$25 times 5. Let's just stick at 500,000 concurrent players. They've made at least $12 million off of this game. And how many people developed this? 2, 3 people?
I have no idea the dev count.
See, now
Maybe I
this is
should
the
go make a
part where I
video
get
game.
worried. Well, this is the part where I get worried because there's a lot of breakout early access games like that do well, and then they fucking, I don't know what it is, but they fumble it and they drop all that momentum that they gather, all that funding and stuff, and then the game ends up dead, in a few years. So I'm hoping that they pull a hightail here, where they fucking use all the money that they have, fucking put out something that actually looks good, despite setbacks.
I believe that the first game was put out in early access and then just finally released.
It
so
was.
This one should be
So-
much different.
Slay the
Yes,
Spire
but
1.
That, at least, that means they have a track record of actually
Yeah.
completing their games. That's good.
So Slay the Spire 1 is normally $25. It's actually on sale right now. But right now on Steam, for English reviews, it is overwhelmingly positive at 73,000 reviews.
Not bad.
That's pretty damn good.
So when they
I'm
announced the
just gonna say
sequel...
the early access is solely to test for game breaking, basically.
Exactly.
So they're making sure certain deck combinations and stuff can't just, fucking give you the keys to the castle, so to speak.
Exactly. And also, they can use this time to be like, hey, this game is too much like the original. I like where this is going, but you do need to spice it up to make it more not like the original.
Yeah.
Because again, I actually was listening to a video today, and someone could basically compare it's like Slay the Spire 1 and Slay the Spire 2. It's almost exactly the same game. Slay the Spire 2 is maybe a little more graphically better. And that's about it. That's cool. But if we look at that versus Darkest Dungeon, which was, the 1 and 2, 2 strayed so far away from the original that 2 is the most disliked of the two games. And that's not what
Yeah.
people want. So Mega Crit
Yeah.
needs to find the nice balance of having advanced what the first game was while becoming its own thing that makes people want to play both games. I ultimately think what's going to happen, though, is that's not what's going to happen. And they're trying to make Slay the Spire 2 the definitive experience.
I mean, that's fine with me,
Hey, at least they didn't come out with their second game and name it their second game, get cold feet, and then just rename their second game to their first game.
Looking at
You
you,
know.
Blizzard.
And now Overwatch is like slumped into
Yeah,
obscurity.
good job. You killed your game. You killed 2 games with 1 game's name. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Pretty funny is what it is.
Okay. So, back
Going
to the Nintendo topic. Nintendo confirmed to Aftermath it filed the complaint but had nothing else to share on this topic. The U.S. Court of International Trade has jurisdiction over civil issues relating to customs and international trade law in the country. That's where all these lawsuits are being litigated, and where Customs and Border Protection told a judge that it collected $166 billion in tariffs as of Wednesday. Per CNBC...
Which is why DHS is involved.
Mm-hmm.
Border Protection is apparently reporting tariff revenue collection, which means they are a necessary named party.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Absolutely. Per CNBC, on Wednesday, Judge Richard Eaton ruled that companies are entitled to refunds. But on Friday, Customs and Border Protection said in a filing it can't currently comply with the order to refund tariffs. A system could be operational in 45 days, according to the Wall Street Journal. Since February 1st, 2025, lawyers write Trump has implemented unlawful executive orders imposing tariffs on imports from a vast swath of countries. The company is asking the court to refund with interest the tariffs it paid. Nintendo of America has standing to sue.
I don't know you're getting with interest. That seems wild to ask here. Like, you'd be good just to get the fucking basic refund.
Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like, ironically, the with interest part
with
is what's gonna.
It's kind of like, fuck off.
I feel like that's what's gonna shoot Nintendo in the foot.
It's probably
You think
standard.
so?
If anything, that's gonna be
I
it.
don't know international trade law or anything like that, but I imagine asking for a refund of this nature with interest to keep up with inflation or anything like that is probably standard. It's just coming from like someone like me, seeing the with interest added in there just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Nintendo of America has standing to sue because it is the importer of record for goods that was subject to IEEPA duties. Lawyers say
IEEPA duties, yeah.
Nintendo manufactures its consoles and accessories overseas, mostly in Vietnam and China. The timing of the tariffs was particularly bad for Nintendo, which was gearing up to release the Nintendo Switch 2 console when they were announced. The company ended up delaying pre-orders for the anticipated console after the tariffs were announced. Pre-orders.
We know. I think I was here when you guys covered that.
Actually,
yeah. Nintendo, when we oh shit, yeah, we had to do this, and they didn't explicitly state it was because of the tariffs, but we all here said, hey, tariffs just went up, and now they're having to redo their fucking and delay their pre-orders. I think it might have something to do with it, and here's the proof that yes, we were right. It absolutely did.
Mm-hmm. Pre-orders for the Switch 2 in the US will not start until April 9th, 2025, in order to assess the potential impact of tariffs and evolving market conditions, Nintendo told press in April 2025. Nintendo will update timing at a later date. The launch date of June 5th, 2025 is unchanged. Nintendo began pre-orders on April 24th. The new console itself remained for $49.99, but the console's accessories received a price hike due to the increased duties. To keep the console price the same, Nintendo sent most of its Vietnam-made units to the US. According to Bloomberg, Nintendo had already moved some of its production out of China and into Vietnam during Trump's first presidency. Through several pages of the complaint, Nintendo's lawyers recount the tariff situation beginning on February 1st. When Trump issued the executive orders imposing new tariffs...
It's really not good for them to admit that they were doing things to mitigate the damages they were going to receive by admitting that, most of our Vietnam-made units went to the United States, which has a lower tariff rate than China. Well, you are saying that you are actively taking steps as a business owner to avoid incurring any unreasonable damages, right?
Mm.
It doesn't lend well to their argument that, hey, we have been unreasonably damaged by these tariffs and require repayment. When they say, well, we saw what was happening and we decided to play some fucking... It's not a great thing to add into the argument.
It
It
really
would
isn't.
allow people to argue that they don't need the tariffs paid back because they already took from the American people anyway.
Yeah. So
Which I think is dumb, but like that would be an argument I could see being used.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Through several pages of the complaint, Nintendo's lawyers recount the tariff situation beginning on February 1st. When Trump issued the executive orders imposing new tariffs, the months that followed were chaotic. The situation changed rapidly as tariffs were increased, paused, then increased again. Tariffs reached over 125% for goods from China before those were reduced to 34% in May. Throughout multiple legal challenges, the Trump administration continued to impose the tariffs. Nintendo lawyers say that's in violation of the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977. Nintendo lawyers say, and why they are entitled to a refund of the tariffs paid during this since February 2025, stating, all tariffs collected under the IEEPA duties must be refunded with interest. Lawyers write, they say the government has conceded this point in other court documents. Read the complaint here. Aftermath reached out to the White House, Department of Homeland Security, Department of the Treasury, Office of the United States Trade Representative, and Customs and Border Protection, and the U.S. Department of Commerce.
Interesting.
And I believe, if I'm right, yep, that is exactly what this
Emily,
is.
the complaint. How big is it? Oh, 14 pages. Could you send that to me?
Yes, I can.
That
David's
looks like
gonna
a
read it
good
later.
reading for my videos.
Yeah,
I like to keep my document, my law document readings, like it's usually needs to be like less than 30 pages. Otherwise, it's gonna be, hours long.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The 14 pages is right there.
Yep. Now to be fair, chat, I don't know. It's up to Ava. We can read this.
Yes, Akakun, I need a thumbnail.
We can read this if chat wants, and if Ava wants. But pretty much a lot of what's covered here is made in short through this article
I
here.
wouldn't, because then it'll be. I mean, if you guys are gonna read it, I'm gonna have to duck out because it's very hard for me to read something twice.
Exactly.
And if I'm
Exactly.
gonna read it for a video, my eyes will roll into the back of my head.
Yep.
Listening to the dumb arguments more than once.
Exactly.
That's
Which
fair.
is the poor judge. The poor judge in this situation. He has to listen to this so many times.
Exactly. So, and with that in mind as well, the amount of lawyer speak I've had to do over the Dogwaves, it's better for Ava to do it, since that's literally what she does. But pretty much the short version of this is Nintendo's playing fuck with the US government.
Even though they might have a right.
I would not. Exactly. They really have a right here.
They do.
I mean, we have a right to be repaid as well, and they have a right to lower the fucking prices to pre-tariff standards, but we know they aren't going to do all that, which is why we can say, even though they have standing here and they very well might be able to win this lawsuit, still a shitty lawsuit.
Mhm.
I just don't like you, Nintendo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Collect that bag, do whatever it is you want to do, but all I know is you're doing it while the average person continues to suffer.
Mm-hmm.
On the tag team fucking punch out that you gave us with those tariffs.
Yep. See, chat, that's the thing is, like, I added this to the docket so we could read it, but it's going over, like, weird shit here, left and right, and it's like...
Okay, let's see here. Executive orders. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's listing the executive orders that are relevant to the tariff rulings that they've been affected by. That's all that is. I would probably skip through most of this in the reading. I'd just be like, okay, guys, these are all tariff executive orders.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they're listing. It's kind of like a appendix almost.
Sorry, I saw
And
this
then from
was...
here,
I saw this, it was like, consulted with learning,
yeah.
and I saw learning, and my brain said leering.
Oh my gosh.
It's the leering resource.
Have there been any updates on that? Has there been like any more into that kind of shit?
Look, I've given a couple updates. I've kind of stopped now because people get a little upset with me every time I do.
How dare you?
Prosecutions continue involving the fraudsters, which was a very real problem. There are currently 97 people who have been convicted and are sitting in prison as we speak regarding the fraud. The cases started in 2023. Nick Surley is a fucking grifter, and that's all that is. He rehashed old stuff that's currently fucking still going out. In fact, the Leering Center, or at the Leering Center, the one that he actually showed, was investigated after that, found no wrongdoing, but they were still being harassed so much they just had to close down anyway.
I think the
So,
problem is
net negative to that.
he probably put more of a light on it because I watched a lot of those videos covering it. A lot of this shit wasn't covered or it wasn't given enough attention, and basically him putting a light on it is what's forcing people to actually take a look at it.
Okay, but I'd love for people to take a look at it, look at what's happening, look at the court documents, look at the fact that convictions are happening, and not fucking say, oh, massive fraud's happening, so let's send in massive amounts of troops and other people into the state to combat fraud. By the way, did you know when they did that, they didn't send in a single fraud auditor in with the group of ICE and Border Patrol agents and all the other people they sent into that state? Why would you not send an auditor if you're investigating fraud?
I don't know. I think sometimes, unfortunately, things just don't happen until like a random ass person talks about it. Maybe we just need Asmongold to go do this. He's not part of Mythic anymore, so he can go out and do these things himself.
It's not part of Mythic anymore.
But that
No, I'll
required
be
him to
talking about
leave
that
his
on Wednesday chat.
house.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, sorry. It's
For
been
an
a long week.
Alcaster, look, you
Yeah.
might be a little like sarcastic or facetious here, but the courts and the investigative bodies did investigate them, found no wrongdoing, cleared them, exonerated them. They were still being harassed, and that's why they shut down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop talking about this because again, this is the same way. You asked for an update, here's the update, and I'm getting pushed back just because I'm telling you guys what happened.
Mythic shooting themselves in the foot for kicking Asmund. Actually, I kind of get the opinion that Asmund just kind of wanted to leave as well.
Yeah.
You know, we'll talk
Yeah,
about
no,
that.
Asmund, look, what has streamer friends gotten him other than multiple lawsuits, drama, and bullshit
Yep.
for the last few years?
Yeah,
And-
chat. This is why fuck Tectone, because Tectone got him into a lot more trouble than he wanted.
I will admit,
Honestly, yeah, Tectone was the beginning and the end and he's okay. I'm returning to my hermit roots because fuck all this.
now I will admit, Mythic is not doing themselves any favors by not shutting up and by locking their tweets.
Probably not.
So, like, they could have just said, look, we were approached by Asmongold. He was kind of wanted to dip out. So we've agreed to part ways. Everything's fine. Don't worry
Technically,
about
they
it.
did say that though, with in an
They
ass
did.
backwards way.
They said it. They said it in a very ass backwards way, and instead it could have just been like, "Look, we were approached by Asmund. He wanted out. We said, okay, cool, have fun. You do you. We'll do
There
us."
is some speculation that Casey Schron's little pressure campaign might have affected some of the decision. Now, I will say, if that is true, there might be a tort in the form of a tortious interference with the contract. However, people have to understand the standard and the burden for proof for proving something like that is extremely high. The fact that Asmund has also come out and said it's he said what he said regarding wanting to just separate from people in general and do his own thing. That makes a claim of torturous interference even more difficult to prove.
Yep. Absolutely. And so this is always going to be a thing.
Occo just sent me a picture of homemade tortellini and steak bites, and honestly, you're responsible for my next ravenous feasting.
You're welcome.
Because I'm totally gonna make and eat that. Oh my god.
That does sound good.
That does sound good, actually, yeah. Let me get through my supers real quick. Festival for 5. I am fine to refund every company except Chinese as long as we don't give 1 cent to the Pokemon punks. Make me not regret buying Switch 2 already. Internet
no, for real.
Yeah, really. I wanted to buy a Switch 2, and I'm just like, I can't bring myself to do it. Like,
I haven't bought anything from Nintendo. I think think someone in my family had a Wii, but I remember having a GameCube.
Mhm.
Was like the last thing Nintendo related I had.
Yeah.
I think the last Nintendo thing I bought was Mario and Luigi. Not Dream Team. This is the newest one.
Dream
That
Team was good though.
that came out on the Switch.
I played the shit out of Super Mario Sunshine and Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Yeah, mood. Yep, based. That was my stuff too. Yeah,
Yeah. Although I got those on the Steam Deck now.
you're welcome.
Would you buy a used console on a third-party sale? That might be
Yeah,
a solution.
yeah, no, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's my position on that. Would I be okay with that? Sure, but I'm also kind of in the case or the boat of saying I wouldn't want to buy something that expensive used. Because there is a chance that, even if they're like, okay, a Switch 2 is normally $500. Let's say you're paying $300 for it. But that $300, there's something wrong with it. Maybe if it's a little minor, but that something could turn into something bigger. And now you have to pay them.
Things that I purchased that were pretty much new in the box because the person didn't like it. Oh, my girlfriend got it and then broke up with me, and now it reminds me of a bad thing. I mean, I don't think I've ever bought a used electronic where it's like, oh, there's anything like substantially wrong with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I would say the opposite to your point is like, okay, well, if he's getting rid of it, not using it, right? Well, what if he just throws it away because no one wants to buy a used product? Well, now that's just a wasted product.
Absolutely. For me, I would need to see definitive proof that nothing is wrong with it before confirming the sale.
Yeah, we bought a propane converted stove. And dude, this guy was the best fucking salesman I've ever fucking seen in my life. He took out the propane, he hooked it all up, he made sure that we saw that every burner worked, that the oven worked, that the broiler worked, that the digital display worked, and he fucking helped us load it up as well. I'm like, now that is how you sell a fucking item. I have no fucking questions and no concerns.
Oh man.
He did do it proper. There's just some random guy in Nevada who just sells a shitload of appliances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that there is one
Temp, you're
store?
muted.
I am muted. Thank you. Sorry,
There's one store left in the world that sells floppy disks, and it's an old man selling floppy disks.
Wait, no way.
Yeah, there's an old man that still sells floppy disks. Well, the reason why is because some machines.
I want to buy a fucking floppy disk from this dude.
So
some machines require floppy disks in order to work still, and so he sells them to those companies.
So what's funny is I will take computers, I will basically rip them apart and then dump them out for like parts. And I've had a computer. I didn't realize it. It had a floppy drive. I don't know how long I've had that. It's going in the dump, but no hate to the lolly. I just don't believe a word coming out of the Minnesota government. Well, as you shouldn't.
I mean, never believe your government, right? Like, never believe your government. But what you can believe is statistics and, like a batting record, right? Batting average, right? And we know that the better part of 100 people have been convicted and imprisoned over the past couple years regarding this particular type of fraud in this state. So if they say, hey, we've gotten 100 motherfuckers in this and we've investigated this group, and I'm sorry, but this group is not, you have to remember, the daycare is not the Minnesotan government. The daycare is the thing allegedly stealing from the government. So to say, oh, I investigated myself and found nothing wrong is incorrect here because it's a separate entity from the daycare itself investigating. And they have a batting record where, yes, they catch and arrest these people.
Now, admittedly, Waltz is not helping the issue.
No, he's making
Waltz
it
is
look
a fucking
worse.
moron. Waltz is an absolute fucking moron. See, I can hate Minnesota while still understanding that they do an occasional good, right?
Absolutely.
Although I do think, oh wait, isn't he already dropping out of the government
Well,
race?
Yes,
yes, he is.
Fucking good.
probably a good
Honestly,
thing.
that state needs new leadership.
College Junior for 5, I always read mythic talent as my thick talent.
By thick talent, oh my god. Lux cannot even load his own shotgun properly. Yeah, but Gnome can't hold a rifle properly either, so what is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of CNC machines use floppy
Yeah.
disk. Yes.
No, yeah, absolutely. You know what? Well, Ava's still
But
here.
I don't think. Look, I honestly don't think Kamala had anywhere near as high of a chance of winning as people seem to think that they did. Like after Biden dropped out, I'm sorry, the neck and neck between Trump or Biden completely fell out the window.
So, as long as I have the elf, Crunchyroll hit with class action lawsuit over allegedly disclosing anime viewing habits to third party.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, Sony, what are you doing?
I'm
If-
selling your data. That sounds like a normal thing.
Sounds like a normal thing, yeah. Oh my god. So, major anime streaming platform Crunchyroll has been hit with a class action lawsuit for alleged violations of the Video Privacy Protection Act. Plaintiffs argue that without consumer consent, Crunchyroll knowingly disclosed personally identifiable information to a third party, such as email addresses, device IDs, and anime titles being streamed on the platform. The conduct of Crunchyroll, which has yet to respond to the lawsuit or a request for comment given advance notice of this article, was described as particularly
Sorry.
egregious. Given that it settled a lawsuit in 2023 over similar VPPA violations. So this isn't the first time,
Oh,
and this
no.
won't be the last.
So this is actually
Probably not.
Here's the thing. Something that'll happen, and it's something the courts do not, under any circumstances, like to see, is over every couple years you have like one of these kinds of lawsuits.
Mhm.
They settle, and then they just keep doing the same thing until someone tries to sue them again a couple years later.
Yep.
They might be able to get away with one or maybe two more settlements like this, but eventually the courts are going to be like, no, wait a minute. Every time this comes to court, you just fucking throw money at the problem and make it go away. We're actually going to look into this, and maybe we're not looking at civil action, but regulatory action instead.
Yep.
Yeah. That'll happen one day. They just kick the can down the road, don't you know?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
So, specifically, the lawsuit alleges that Crunchyroll violated the VPPA through its app, which embedded a software development kit from a marketing company called Braze. Basically, that the Crunchyroll app includes app development tools from Braze that supports it for custom operations, such as marketing. Braze enables companies to send notifications, in-app messages, and email campaigns. The lawsuit alleges that Crunchyroll has been disclosing information without consent since at least 2022.
Oh, that's what got Facebook to lose their class action from 2018 privacy violations.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually wonder how this will go given all the age verification stuff going on right now.
What do you mean?
Well, if all these
Well-
companies are pushing age verification to begin with, they could totally roll this out
I
like,
see
look,
what you're doing.
hey, so I know this is technically illegal, but this is for the kids, you know? And the second they add for the kids, then the judge and the
Oh, it's always for the
lawyers are
kids.
all kind of like, oh, wait, this is okay then.
Well, no, sadly, this is gonna happen. This is a violation of the VPPA. Has nothing to do with age verification.
No, I know, but they could
No.
pull the age verification card if they so wished.
They okay, and then they're gonna get whacked out of court. There's a thing that courts treat everything in a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
you start bringing up age verification in any argument in this case, and the other lawyer is going to go objection relevance, and the judge is going to go objection sustained, and you're going to have to shut up about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, says specifically here, the VPPA prohibits the disclosure of video rental records containing personally identifiable information, except to the consumer, with the written consent of the consumer, pursuant to a federal criminal warrant, an equivalent state warrant, a grand jury subpoena, or a court order under specified guidelines. To any person, if such disclosure is solely the names and addresses of consumers, and the consumer has had the opportunity to prohibit such disclosure, to any person if such disclosure is incident to the ordinary course of business of the videotape service provider, or pursuant to a civil court order like the Congressional Research Service Library of Congress. Some of the plaintiff's arguments that Crunchyroll did not abide by these expectations are below. And here, in fact, I will just send that to Ava.
Written consent is the big one.
And yeah, the plaintiff's evidence of Crunchyroll disclosing personally identifiable information is below. So, device ID, email, episode titles.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. They went into the fucking code.
Yep.
Yeah, this is bad.
Oh gosh,
This
that's
is just,
almost
it's just there. It's just out there.
that's almost just as bad as fucking what was it? One of these AI companies, Nvidia, like having Slack messages where they say that they're just going to download all of Netflix for their AI. That's almost
Oh, yeah,
just
I
as
saw
bad.
I saw that was so ridiculous. Yeah, that's really bad. All right. Yeah, no, this is like. Remember, everyone, you can do this yourself with any web page by right-clicking in your browser, and usually it's page source or inspect elements, something like that, which means that your average reasonable person could actually delve into this information and glean PII of other people. That's crazy.
How would you be able to look at another person though? Is it just like in plain text?
Well, no, it would be in the event of a data leak or
Oh, fair enough.
Which
fair
Crunchyroll
enough,
has
fair
had several times.
which yes they have.
In fact, more than several. I think there's like, what, 5 to 6 every year and have been for like the last, 5 years at least.
Yeah.
I'm going to download all of Ava's streams. What kind of masochist are you?
Oh no. Oh god. Okay.
Listen, if you want to download it, listen, I need to eventually download all of my streams. I need to get an 8 terabyte eventually, and then I just want to download all my streams.
I actually had Dylan download last night's stream because oh my god.
How bad was it?
What happened?
So I want to give chat a short version for those who weren't there. I played Resident Evil 5 with them all. And we finished it last night.
Okay.
But the final
that's why you were doing too long.
The final DLC, you play as, a white woman and a black man. I chose the white woman because I knew what chat was going to do, and Amal had to play the black man. So as soon as we started and she learned that, she had a legendary crash out.
Did she really?
Oh my god,
yes.
I bet it did.
So did she say slurs?
No, she held back.
I've had a mole be black. Yeah, it's honestly, I have to see that.
So
how many black references did you guys make?
A lot.
A mole got blacked. Yeah, no, seriously.
No, more like Temp got blacked.
Yeah. Well, yeah, technically.
She was black twice. Yes, she played the main black female character for the main game, and then one of the black male side characters for the DLC.
That's okay. I see why. So it's like, okay, there might have been some light at the end of the tunnel, and then there wasn't. And
well, the fact is I told her yesterday, after the fact, that she could have chosen Jill, but because I picked first before inviting her, she was locked into the black guy, and she just went off. It was great.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see that clip.
So Dylan pulled the stream and is actively editing it down for that. He had to pull the full stream.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. And it was great. There was equal amounts of racist Amal and horny Amal.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. There will be clips. Lots of clips.
I've
Oh,
never seen a more angry, horny racist in my life.
really? Honestly, yes. Very true, actually. Internet's MS for 5. Yesterday's stream was glorious. Temp got a good $20 out of me at least.
That's good.
Amal is super horny for Wesker, especially Tentacle Wesker. Yes. Dylan cannot handle the tonal shifts. No, he couldn't. It was so drastically different. The unedited is on both our channels because we both streamed it. So if you want to go see the raw stream, it's up from last night. There's not really a difference between the two VODs. It's just different characters.
Yeah.
Anyway, the highlighted parts argue that Crunchyroll sent data to Braze, formerly known as Appboy. Why would you trust a thing called Appboy?
That's amazing.
God, Sony, you're so dumb. That included details like device ID, email, and the name of the anime and episode being watched. The plaintiffs go on to argue that Crunchyroll must have known it was disclosing this information to Braze, as it was using Braze's service to send targeted notifications and marketing messages based on their specific viewing history.
Oh, shit. Okay, I see. So, yeah, all of this back-end information would be available to Braze no matter
Yep.
who was, like, this is just all their data and stuff. So this isn't like somebody like you or me right-clicking and doing inspect element. This is like somebody sending that data that we could claim for every user to their fucking, to this third party, Appboy, Braze, whatever the fuck. That's the violation.
Yep. And ironically, if you think about it, it's exactly the same thing that's getting Discord in trouble right now.
More or less, yeah.
Because even though Discord basically openly said, yeah, we're working with Palantir. And we're sending your data to Palantir. Yeah, they're not doing that anymore,
Yeah,
thank
it
God.
was.
But they said that. But here, it's kind of worse because they're sending your data to a company you didn't even know about.
Yeah, that's what makes this a violation. Because again, no consent. No consent, no informing them, no. Yeah, this is pretty much the biggest boo-boo you could do as a company like Crunchyroll.
I really hope what this does, and it won't happen. It will not happen. But what I really want it to do is kind of force something to happen to Sony as far as anime is concerned, because Sony has that massive monopoly in America.
Like that one's going to be hard to get around.
That one's going to be very hard to get around, exactly. Because here's the thing, and I hope the court brings it up, it's like, well, Crunchyroll does this, but what about the rest of Sony's services?
Yeah.
Her box for 2, Temp got them all slayed in a manner of speaking. Call Junior for 5. I'll have to check that stream out later and download it to the archive. And Internet Zen Master for 10. The last DLC straight up mind broke them all and had her going full tism for a full 5 to 10 minutes on Genshin while carrying Temp, who kept fumbling, full lay back and think of Hawaii type of deal. It was funny.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
With that said, though, I do have to get ducking out here.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, thank you for coming, Ava.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Bye, chat. Bye, Temp. Bye, Oko. You all have a good one.
You have a good one.
Bye, Ava. Oh, is Persona a Palantir subgroup? Yes. So, Persona and Palantir are essentially the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, the final part of this says the highlighted parts... Oh, yeah, we read that already. Plaintiffs continue. The information transmitted enables Braze and any of its clients or partners to identify exactly what video content each specific Crunchyroll subscriber is watching. Over time, through repeated transmissions during multiple viewing sessions, the app facilitates the building of comprehensive profiles of each user's viewing behavior. The implications of Crunchyroll disclosing viewing habits and personally identifiable information to third parties without consent would clearly be serious. Crunchyroll contains numerous titles featuring gore and sexualized elements that many would rather remain private. We will update this article if Crunchyroll responds to our request for comment. Crunchyroll has over 17 million subscribers, 130 million registered users, and over tens of billions of hours watched yearly. Senator Lee, who introduced the VPPA, said, in practical terms, our right to privacy protects the choice of movies that we watch with our family in our own homes, and it protects the selection of books that we choose to read. He also said, these activities are at the core of any definition of personhood. They reveal our likes and dislikes, our interests and our whims, and they say a great deal about our dreams and ambitions, our fears and our hopes, and they reflect our individuality. They describe us as people. Despite the potentially global ramifications, this lawsuit can only be brought forward for those affected in the U.S. The lawsuit is pursuing certification of the following classes of consumers for this lawsuit against Crunchyroll, including both minors and adults.
Mm-hmm.
Among many things, the plaintiffs are seeking damages of $200 or $2,500 per VPPA violation and reasonable attorney fees and other litigation costs, injunctive and declaratory relief, and punitive damages in an amount to be determined by a jury, but sufficient to prevent the same or similar conduct by the defendant in the future. While this would run into the billions if Crunchyroll were found guilty, there's always the chance that the judge would side with the defendant. Companies also litigate aggressively, dragging out the process for years. Settlements are often reached for much less, such as when Crunchyroll settled in 2023 for $30 per affected member, or $16 million total. And, oh yeah, no, sorry. No, I'm already telling you all right now, Crunchyroll's winning this. This is happening in California.
Oh, is it really?
Yes. Cabonios v. Crunchyroll, LLC, District Court, CD, California.
Lovely.
So Crunchyroll's automatically winning this.
I'm not really happy about that. Not really happy about that.
As you shouldn't be. As you shouldn't be. In other news, chat, we've been kind of on a Resident Evil kick. So I wanted to kind of bring this up for people who were interested. A couple weeks ago, we covered that Resident Evil 4 Remake removed Denuvo and added Enigma, which is Capcom's in-house DRM. Capcom has now removed Enigma from Resident Evil 4 Remake, which means this game no longer has a DRM of any kind.
Is that good? Well, no, I mean, obviously that's good.
That's good.
but That's good.
So, if you were waiting to play the remake of RE4 for no DRMs at all, well, now's the time to do it. Democrat control equals corruption wins. Yep, exactly. Knew it was California as soon as I heard Lee. Yep. So, Crunchyroll is going to pretty much automatically win that because California is as corrupt as they come. I would say thank God we're losing Newsom this year, but
I don't know. Unless you get that Republican governor that's like running right now. Although I don't know how much better he really is.
exactly. That's the problem. Yeah, before they push another update. They could push another update, absolutely. But as of right now, there's no DRM. And this was on March 2nd. So, as a reminder, chat, if you enjoy the content, I would greatly appreciate it if you have to like, subscribe, hit the bell for more notifications, join the Discord as it is the best place to want to go live. You should also become a member of the channel so you get more emotes.
Yes. Subscribe.
Subscribe, all the fun stuff, chat. The more members we get, the more emotes we can add.
I forget. Did you set it at like the $1 tier so more
Yes.
people? Good.
So we have many good emotes.
Good.
Like Wiggle Dogs and Doros and Yippies and Fleas.
You just got like the whole kit and caboodle there.
The whole kit and caboodle. Yep. Right now, 2 Republicans are running for are the leaders because the Dems refuse to drop out. So California might flip red.
If that happens, that would be the most insane upset to the Democratic Party ever. That might actually, like, I'm worried about the next presidential election because of what is going on with Trump. But if they flip California red and it became a red state for the next cycle, that would be absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm. And again, too, like, here's the thing. I don't quite know who's running. But there is a actual chance that one of the Republicans is a rhino, which is essentially a Democrat.
It's not much better.
Exactly. So
Who? That's what Tony. That's what Tony Gonzalez was in Texas.
Internet Zen Master for 5. If half of what I've heard about the train wreck of Dem candidates, this is the best chance for the GOP's had in decades. Hopefully life improves for Temp. That would be great, but I don't think so. But I'm pessimistic. What is this? Ah, okay. And then another thing, chat. This is something that I'm sure a lot of you will probably be interested in. Counter-Strike Global Offensive is now available on Steam as a separate install/download. So if you want to enjoy Global Offensive, might I recommend... Oh, I didn't do this. Hold on, chat. I'm an idiot. There we go. Counter-Strike Global Offensive is available on Steam as a separate install/download. So if you don't want to play Counter-Strike 2, well, Counter-Strike Global Offensive was upgraded to Counter-Strike 2.
Oh, okay.
So technically Global Offensive was delisted because it was enhanced to be Counter-Strike 2. But Valve has brought back Counter-Strike Global Offensive, but the only way to get it is like through other means because you cannot actually find the game in the search results.
Yeah.
So like it even says here, at the request of the publisher, Counter-Strike Global Offensive is unlisted on the Steam store and will not appear in search. If you are looking for the latest game in the Counter-Strike franchise, you can find Counter-Strike 2 here. So,
Well, that's good.
It is good. I'm
nice.
glad it's there. I did put the link in chat, and I will put the link in my Discord later, so if anyone wants to grab it, you can grab it from that link.
I mean, I will probably never play it, but it's good that they've given you that option.
That's the thing. Is like I don't know if I'd ever play it, but having it because it's already free. Like having it in my library, so it's fine there is great.
Oh, it's free to play too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it is free to play. So we had some BioShock news. Did you hear anything about that?
I thought that the people that created BioShock left to make their own shit.
They did, but it's a franchise owned by not Activision.
Right.
It's 2K.
Oh, it's a sim game.
So the next BioShock game is an immersive sim where you investigate the regime behind a falling utopia in a dense, interconnected city. Choices shape the story, realistic physics and environmental alteration. Enemies tactically react and adapt. RPG-like, more soon.
Not going to touch it.
Now, to be fair, this is kind of like Infinite. So it's not like it's like a sim, like top-down, like city skylines or some shit like that. But it's gonna be kind of more like Infinite. And for anyone thinking this is a like an image for the new game, they literally say here this is just fan art and this is not official. So don't take this image with any ounce of salt.
Yeah. I'm still just not interested.
I might play it. It depends. I need to go back and finish BioShock 1 and 2. And I've actually finished Infinite. I need to play the DLCs. But I need to finish 1 and 2. Might be interesting.
I have done 1 and 2 and Infinite. I love the series, although Infinite Infinite had the problem of just like closing the loop,
Mhm.
and I don't know if that's like it kind of made it difficult to make another game because of it.
Yep. Well, I would even say 2 even did that, because BioShock is all about Rapture, but when you go to Infinite, you're not even touching Rapture unless it's the DLC.
Yeah, but like Infinite was a good third because it quote unquote told a different story, but then it didn't tell a different story. And I think my problem with Infinite is when they did that, it kind of just what am I trying to say here? It kind of just made the separateness of the story not feel so separate, basically. And I was not a big fan of that.
Like, I'm perfectly okay with them making separate, like, cities, like Rapture, or I forget the name of the city in Infinite, but I'm okay with them doing that because it allows them to kind of just do whatever and more they want to do, and that's cool. But at some point, it will be like, you need to stop.
I would just prefer, like, a new story, you know?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I would agree with that. But the fact that we're hearing stuff now means there's actually a chance we could hear about this at Summer Game Fest. So
Interesting.
maybe not. Honestly, there's also a chance of that we might not see many games or like AAA games announced this year at all.
I would imagine not because of
GTA 6.
Well, I mean, there's that, but I also think there's just not a lot coming out this year, and AAA people have been struggling. You know, I'm kind of worried about this year.
No, yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. In the same notes of AAA shitting the bed, chat, Highguard's dead.
Oh yeah, chat, on Tuesday I'm playing Highguard for the first and last time, with Leaflet, Celestium, and Kangman. It'll be fun. It'll be the first and last Highguard stream I've ever done.
That's right, Columbia. Thank you, chat. That was it. So they specifically said, today we're sharing difficult news. We have made the decision to permanently shut down Highguard on March 12th. Is that when? No, that's Thursday. Why is Cinder trending? What did she do?
Cinder's trending?
Cinder's trending. I'm not opening that because that is potentially very dangerous, but you know, that's a thing.
He's not trending for me.
Anyway, since launch, more than 2 million players stepped into Highguard's world. You shared feedback, created content, and many believed in what we were building. For that, we are deeply grateful. Despite the passion and hard work of our team, we have not been able to build a sustainable player base to support the game long term. Servers will remain online until March 12th. We hope you'll jump in with us one more time to show your support and get those final great matches in while we still can. The team is excited to release one final game update to enjoy in the remaining life of the game. We'll be adding a new warden, a new weapon, account level progression, and skill trees. Full patch notes are coming, and we're targeting tonight or tomorrow for patch release. From all of us at Wildlight, thank you for playing, for supporting us, and for being part of Highguard's story.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be playing it. I'll be playing it on Tuesday.
I'm not. I'll be working all day.
No, we did not invite you.
Well, I know, but like I could even play it on my own time. But I'm not.
Yeah, but why would you?
Exactly. Why would I? Internet Zen Master, not Internet Zen Master. Call Engineer for 5. Attack the code. Chat, we hit the goal. The code is now off.
Now, if you do another 10 super chats, chat, we'll put the coat back on.
No.
He'll do it. Don't think that he won't.
And we have a new goal? Or is it gonna choke?
It's probably gonna choke.
It's choking.
You gotta reload the page.
My god, YouTube, why do you do this?
Because it does.
Boop. There we go. New goals live chat. New goal, the pants come off. There is nothing on this model that comes off besides the coat. So yeah, High Guard is dead, to no one's surprise.
No, absolutely nobody is surprised that High Guard is dead. The question now is, when is Concord 3 going to die?
So about that,
Or is it going to die?
I don't think it's going to die.
No, I don't think it's necessarily going to die either, but it probably could fade into irrelevance.
So I put in my Discord, I was asking for people talking about the like marathon Slay the Spire stuff. But I got this one. From AI Emerald Apple, Slay the Spire 2 was at 525,000 players with a $2 to $10 million budget. Marathon was at 48,000 players with a $250 million budget, plus more marketing, totaling over $400 million. The indie game keeps hitting new peak players, while the bloated AAA slop keeps losing players. The state of AAA is a total bloodbath, with mega projects that don't actually amount to actual fans and player retention. Meanwhile, the indie game gets 5 times the players for only 1/50th of the budget. Later, I'll break down why Marathon is failing, and it will be interesting to see the weekend numbers end up. So, I'm actually going to bring up Marathon.
I was actually kind of mad at Grums because he was like saying that the game had already failed, and I was like, my man, it's been 24 hours. Can you please wait till the weekend is over at least?
Exactly. And also, I'm sorry. Sure, you hit a peak on Steam of 88,000 players. That's, like ultimately not a lot. But 64,000 players playing right now is very good. Especially when you look at Bungie's other active game.
That's under 10,000.
It's under 10,000, exactly.
Oh, they're hitting levels.
What happened this day? Ugh. Did the server shit the bed?
That's very depressing to see.
Actually, that was March 3rd. Was that a Tuesday? That was a Tuesday. That was probably patch day. Okay, so the server probably went down.
Here's my question. How's Arc Raiders doing? Yeah, that's about right.
That's about right.
Arc Raiders, listen, I was thinking that, like, I was curious to see just how Arc Raiders was going to do. Arc Raiders has, like, not been phased at all by this. In fact, I think that they're having way more. They had, like, more peak players after Marathon came out. That's funny.
Regarding Cinder, here's what I found on the trending page. 1, an alleged V-card scam covered by Alara, and some random dumbass made an AI cover of Cinder and the ukulele apology song.
Okay, then nothing.
It's a nothing burger. And Grums fell off like a meteorite. Actually, no, even worse. I would say meteorites have an impact. I wouldn't say Grums has done that. But Grums needs to shut his mouth and work on his video game.
He's not going to do that. You know that, right?
He's not. I know he's not going to do that. That's what he needs to do, though.
At this point, you should stop expecting the game is going to get done and just let him complain on Twitter.
Yep. There's a lot of people live and breathe hatred for Marathon. It's very cringe. So I actually know Tape has been playing Marathon.
Has he?
He has. It's not horrible. It's just I've heard that you need to play for a while to really kind of let the game start getting fun.
Okay.
Which
I'm gonna be honest. How long is that?
Yeah, what is the time on that? I've already told chat, if they want to see me stream Marathon, you have to buy it for me. I will play Marathon if you do, but
I will hold the same opinion. I am not gonna buy it, mostly because I need to go to the dentist on Tuesday, and I am not
Yeah,
quite sure how
exactly.
how that's gonna go.
In
But
fact,
if you
chat,
buy it for me, I'll play it.
in fact, if you were to do it, chat, I don't have anything planned for Saturday.
Oh, that's right, because you finished your game.
Exactly. So if you want to see me play Marathon,
I'm not touching the poo.
I'm just saying, chat. You don't have to buy it for me. I'm just saying. But if you want to see me play it, the Saturday slot is open.
It takes to level 15 to get actual matches, so 5 to 10 hours in. That's disgusting. I find that a horribly disgusting.
It is. Yeah.
If I have to play your game for like the way longer than it takes for me to determine whether or not I want to refund it, that's not good.
No, I agree. Sorry, Tape is saying maybe not that. Because I've been watching Tape when we're hanging out like off stream or something like that, just playing Marathon. So I don't quite know. Tape, I get full lobbies after level 2. Okay. That's much better. That is much, much better.
I just am worried that again, I would not buy this game personally.
No, I wouldn't
People
either.
people would have to buy it for me.
Agreed. I would keep the same sentiment, yeah. My model is having a heart
Kind of
attack.
surprised with you because you've been dying for Bungie's gunplay.
Yeah, and I've actually heard the gunplay of Marathon is kind of like a fusion of D2 with Reach.
Really?
Yeah, which is actually pretty decent. Could always play for an hour, then just refund it. Yes, but here's the problem with extraction shooters. It's hard to get a feel for the game after only an hour. It's kind of the same way with Arc Raiders, I will admit. It's just Arc Raiders world is kind of interesting. And I've been saying it, I actually don't mind what Marathon does. Like as a game. I just wish that they would have labeled it as like a spin-off. I think if they labeled Marathon as a spin-off to the actual games, but in the same universe, I think people would have kind of would have treated it better.
I think hearing that they want to force you to restart every couple of months is kind of insane.
Yeah, that's a little
Kind
silly.
of bothers me.
No, I agree with that. But
More
that's
than just a
also
little silly.
part of the nature of extraction shooters. Like Arc Raiders is actually like an anomaly.
I've been told that like even with fucking what's it called? Even with Tarkov, it's not that bad.
There's so much misinformation on Marathon. I remember seeing the blatant lie floating around that you drop your battle pass on death. Everyone believed without ever seeing evidence, and I keep seeing it from people who never played the game. And yeah, Akko, that's how most extraction shooters handle seasons. Yeah.
Again, I was told that that's not what Tarkov does, and that's like the biggest one.
I wouldn't say, like, if we look at Tarkov right now. Damn.
Well,
I would probably call the biggest extraction shooter now Arc Raiders. How is PUBG doing?
PUBG is an extraction, though.
Jesus Christ.
What? You're surprised to see over 3 million people?
Yeah, I actually am.
I don't know. That's not crazy to me. That's PUBG for you.
What are these jumps?
When people get off work.
No, I know, but they're almost like perfect. Like,
Yeah. Very dedicated.
yeah. Don't most Tarkov players play on the actual? Yeah, no. Most Tarkov players actually play on the actual client. Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Strap a frying pan to your ass when you play PUBG. Okay, I would say the top 2 extraction. Actually, no, wait, sorry. PUBG is not even an extraction shooter. PUBG is a battle royale.
I was confused. I was like, "What are you doing? This is a battle royale."
I completely forgot that it was a battle royale. I thought it was an extraction shooter.
Yeah. You're crazy.
I am crazy. Okay, never mind then. I'm an idiot.
Clearly, PUBG is botting. I see what you did there.
So yeah, if in terms of extraction shooters, it's definitely between Arc Raiders and Tarkov. I would need to see the player numbers on the actual Tarkov client.
Probably
But-
won't get that.
No. But I would probably put Arc Raiders a little bit above on across all platforms. I think PC is the top one though. But if you combine all different platforms, Tarkov might get bigger. Or not Tarkov, Arc Raiders might be bigger. The dog is Tardik, get the other model out. No.
What other model?
the pre-made. No.
Oh.
I already told you, chat, that model's retired. You may have saw that one the other day on Offensive Charm because I was trying to get my model to work because my model had a heart attack that day. Like, it's still there. It's still in the files, but I don't use it anymore.
Thing with Arc Raiders is you choose to be an asshole. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Arc Raiders is the extraction shooter right now. Yep, it is.
I just won't play. I listen again. I'm not a PvP guy, and that's why I won't enjoy games that like are PvP focused. And I
Mhm.
think that's the big problem I'll have with Marathon is I'm not walking in there to do that.
No, yeah. Sorry, I completely agree. I apologize for all my yawning, chat. It has been an incredibly long week.
It has been. Mine's almost over. Tomorrow is my last day. of
and
work.
we also need to remember, chat, the time change happened.
It did.
So I was up until 4 a.m. last night.
Why?
Time change. And personal reasons.
Fair.
Mostly personal reasons. So, I would say Arc Raiders is doing great. Kind of. Arc Raiders also is shitting the bed this week.
How so? Oh, right.
Arc Raiders has been recording players' private Discord DMs.
So I believe this was community noted.
Not this one. But I do have stuff for this.
You need to become a notes contributor so that you can see proposed notes.
Yeah, I should.
Oh, excuse me. I'm trying to remember, but like somebody claimed that it was not somebody's fault. I don't know if it's Discord's fault or if it's their fault.
Well, let's get into it. From Arc Raiders Media, Arc Raiders landed in hot water after computer engineer Timothy Meadows discovered the game was silently logging players' private Discord direct messages to a plain text file stored locally on their PC, along with Discord bearer authentication tokens that could potentially allow unauthorized access. The issue only affected players who had linked their Discord accounts to the game. Embark Studios quickly responded, confirming the Discord SDK had captured more data than intended. While assuring players that no messages were ever transmitted to external servers or accessed by developers, a hotfix has since been rolled out, disabling the problematic logging, with the studio also announcing a deeper audit to prevent similar issues down the line. So we're going to get into the actual article from Timothy Meadows, because I have that. But this is the actual response from the Arc Raiders Discord. From Osin, Raiders, we are seeing that the servers are slowly recovering, but they are not at normal levels just yet. Please give it a bit more time before you jump back topside, and thank you for your patience. We will be looking into returning lost loadouts, so keep an eye out for that in the next few days. The team is also working on a hotfix to address an issue where the Discord SDK logged excessive user information, Rest assured that your private and or personal data was not sent outside your machine, and Embark has not and will not review or keep such information. We will disable the Discord SDK logging and are conducting a deeper audit to ensure no further issues. If you have questions or concerns, please contact our support team. And finally, we have manually departed players who are unable to join the expedition. Please check your Raiders status, and if you are still stuck, reach out to support by submitting a bug report for missing rewards. I don't know if it's been confirmed. If they have, turn that off. But if they have fully disabled the Discord SDK and are looking into this further, we'll see.
Indeed, we shall.
But I think with the current state of Twitch and Discord and other companies that are doing this, I would not trust Embark at all. But there is a chance they're being honest here. At least they flat out they were very quick to be like, "Hey, we turned that shit off."
Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting.
So, I don't know. Any company that was trying to get this, they would not have been that quick to turn that off. So, it's a big, let's wait and see what next week holds. I'm sure we will probably hear more information about this next week.
See, what's interesting is I didn't have my Discord connected, so it wouldn't have even done this.
I don't remember if I did. I don't think I did. But I might have. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Okay. So this is from Timothy Meadows. This is his own thing. Summary: during gameplay of Arc Raiders, private Discord direct messages conversations between two users were found being written in plain text to a local game log file. Additionally, a full Discord bearer authentication token was found stored in the same log file. These findings represent serious privacy and security violations that affect all players using Discord integration with the game. Correction: I originally reported that the bearer token had the ability to send a message on the user's behalf. This was an error due to my misunderstanding of the permission rpc.voice.write. This permission only allows the token holder to change the user's voice settings. It does not allow them to send a message as the user. This has been corrected in the article below to give the correct abilities. This message serves as a retraction notice. Update: this has now been patched. And they actually post here that it has been patched.
Good.
So, affected files, log file location. So, chat, if you want to know where it is, that's where you can go to find it. In fact, I will put this in chat. So, if all of you want to kind of go through this yourself and maybe figure out where this stuff is, there you go. Log file name, discord.log, and then there's the SDK version. The risk summary is this is kind of how you can kind of figure out how things work, but it was pretty much bad.
I mean, it sounds kind of bad based off of what they were logging.
Yes. So, description: private Discord direct messages in exchange between two users were captured by the game's Discord SDK gateway connection and written in full to a plain text log file stored locally on the user's computer. Now, this does add credence to what Embark was saying. And the reason I say this is that this is an independent user who actually found this stuff. This is not like Embark saw that this was happening, made a change that only made it look like this, and then tried saving face. This was found,
Right.
according to them, without their knowledge. They apparently didn't even know this was actually a thing. So that's kind of why we're at a point where people don't know if they need to blame Arc Raiders or Embark or Discord. Given the latest Discord crap, I actually would not be so opposed to blaming Discord.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would blame Discord too, but I also want to be right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not just going to be biased for Discord if they didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So, again, if Embark is in the wrong here, Totally on Embark. But if this is on Discord, guess what? This isn't even remotely surprising. So, here's the evidence. Message create gateway events appearing in the game log file. Channel type 1 confirmed. This is a private DM channel, not a game or public channel. Messages between users captured in full. Message content, timestamps, user IDs, channel IDs, all logged in plain text. The Arc Raiders Discord SDK connects using a full user bearer token, opening a complete Discord gateway connection identical to the one used in the Discord desktop app itself. Discord's gateway pushes all events to this connection, including private DM messages rather than filtering sensitive events. The SDK logs everything it receives to disk. Impact. Any private conversation received while the game is running is written to disk. Log files may be included in crash reports or bug reports uploads. Log files may be accessible to other applications on the same machine. Third parties with access to the machine or crash reports can read private conversations. Description: the user's full Discord bearer authentication token was found written in plain text inside the game log file. And they posted the evidence. Full Discord token redacted for this report, present in the original log file. So if you want to go see that for yourself, you can go to the original log file. A Discord bearer token is functionally equivalent to account access. Anyone in possession of this token can read all your messages and DMs, access your friend list and servers and account settings, change voice or Discord settings, remain logged in until the password is changed. So, chat, if you haven't changed your Discord password, you should go change it. If you play Arc Raiders, that is.
And you tied them to your Discord account.
Yep. That's the thing. If you've tied Arc Raiders to your Discord account, change your password. I will be doing that after stream because I didn't catch that originally. It's fine. If the log file is ever shared in the bug report on a forum to a support team, the token is fully exposed. Crash report systems that automatically upload logs would transmit this token to Embark Studios servers. Malicious software on the same machine could harvest this token from the log file. Entire friends list presence data logged. Description: presence update and ready supplemental. Gateway events containing the online/offline status, activity, and metadata of the user's entire Discord friends list were written to the log file. Evidence: multiple presence update events logged for third-party users. Ready and ready supplemental events containing bulk friend presence at connection time. Impact: third-party users who have no relationship with Arc Raiders have their Discord presence written to another user's game log file without their knowledge or consent. This affects people who never agree to Arc Raiders' terms of service. Broader than necessary gateway scope. Description: the Discord SDK integration requests and maintains a full Discord gateway connection using the user's bearer token. Discord's own rich presence SDK is designed to only require a limited OAuth scope for game activity display. Using a full gateway connection vastly exceeds what is needed for rich present functionality. Impact: exposes far more user data than necessary for the stated purpose, like showing game status in Discord. Violates the principle of at least privilege. Creates unnecessary attack surface for all the findings listed above. For Embark Studios Arc Raiders, immediately filter message create, presence update, and authentication events for SDK logging. Never log bearer tokens or authentication credentials to any file. Reduce the Discord gateway connection scope to only what rich presence requires, OAuth, not full bearer. And audit all crash report and log upload systems to ensure tokens and message content are scrubbed before transmission. I'm very glad he posted this because it essentially is a short list of what Embark needed to do to fix it. In fact, as far as I'm aware, he was in contact with Embark to get this fixed.
That's good. I'm glad that it was fixed.
In fact, it might be... obviously, they found it out because of him. And then he basically was like, hey, here's how you fix it. So. And then for Discord, review SDK design that allows full gateway connections via bearer tokens for third-party games. 2. Enforce stricter OAuth scopes for game-rich presence integrations, and investigate whether this violates developer terms of service. 4. Affected users' immediate steps. 1. Change your Discord password immediately. This invalidates your current bearer token. Do not share your log files with anyone, including support teams, until the token is removed. And 3, disable Discord integration instead of ARC Raiders. This will remove the information being written to discord.log. This report was prepared based on direct analysis of game log files. All findings are based on observed technical behavior of the Discord SDK integration within ARC Raiders. So yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
So chat, change your Discord passwords.
Yes, if you played Arc Raiders and you also
Have Discord integration.
connected it.
Yep. So that's a thing. That is a thing I will be doing after stream.
Did you connect it?
I don't know. That's what I'm going to check. I'm going to log into ARC Raiders after stream,
my
and I'm going to
God.
double check if I did. I don't think I did, but I don't know.
Oh,
So
goodness.
I'm going to check after stream, and if I did, I'm changing my Discord password. And to be fair, we
Alright.
actually don't know how long this has been going on. This could have
Yeah.
been something that was like in a more recent update, and it was discovered, and then like, so, because I feel like if this was a thing for very like since launch, I feel like people would have noticed, or like or people like Timothy Meadows would have noticed it sooner.
Do you think so?
I do. So I don't know if this is like a recent thing or not, but we'll have to wait and see. I doubt we're going to see much more about this, but if we do see more about this, we'll bring it up on next Dogwave.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
In terms of other game companies being shitty, chat, who's ready for more shitty companies? From Bandman, this is absolutely disgusting state of affairs. Some Helldivers to Glazer divers showing how low they're willing to go with this one to defend their multi-million-dollar company. So I kind of want to give some context here. A user on Reddit was basically proposed a challenge to the developers. Like, say, hey, look, I'm willing to donate $1,000 to a charity of your choice, but I need you to go play the game on the hardest difficulty. I don't remember like the specifics were like one player or two, but basically the idea was so the devs could it was a max difficulty 4-player in Oshwan, which is one of the bug planets, and complete every objective on the map to see if devs actually got their balancing right. So this user basically wanted the devs to go see the community complaints as far as the developer, or as far as the balancing situation goes. The community doxed him.
I heard about this. I'm not a big fan of this at all.
No.
This is disgusting.
Now, admittedly, technically, Arrowhead is not involved in this. This
No.
is community-based.
It is community based, but like
Arrowhead did make a comment, though,
disgusting.
and I don't like their comment.
What did they say?
So we're going to go through Bandman's post first. Be a Helldivers 2 player. Issue a good-natured challenge to devs. 4 devs play a difficulty 10 game in Oshwan and complete all objectives to see if devs actually got their balancing right. Player will pay $1,000 to the dev's charity of choice when they complete the challenge, willing to sign a binding contract even. Then some of the glazed divers dox the player's home and work address, send harassment to his social media and send death threats to him, target his wife too, and harasses an animal sanctuary he volunteers in. And actually, that animal shelter I heard is a horse shelter. It is absolutely depraved behavior. I don't have any other good way to describe what this is. I thought the situation with Erevan was rock bottom with anything Helldivers related. I guess I was very wrong about that. If you're one of the glazed divers who did this to a random player, or you are supporting or defending what other glazed divers have done to him, I think it's about time you really reassess the type of person you are.
No, I would agree. This is disgusting.
And here is the actual post from Reddit. Basically, I will donate 1,000 USD to a charity of Arrowhead's choosing if they upload a video of 4 of their developers playing an entire operation on Ashuan on difficulty 10 and completing all objectives on all 3 missions of the current MO. No modifications, no funny business. Play on the current state of the game, show us how it's done and how well the game's balance is. I will provide my full real information, proof of payment, and I'm willing to sign a legally binding contract.
Why did these people dox him again?
Because they're from Reddit. We actually don't know why they doxed him. They did. That's all we know. And he basically came out after this, and I want to make sure it's the correct user. Yeah, it is. Saying the challenge is over. And this person on Reddit says, you think the devs will listen to your bitch ass? Minecraft yourself, retard. I've received dozens upon dozens of messages like this since I first issued the challenge. For my own well-being, I will be stepping off Reddit and the community as a whole. Stop trying to contact me. The challenge is officially over on my part. Thanks for everyone that supported with kind words, but I really can't take the barrage of hate. See you later.
Yeah. No, I there's a lot of reasons to hate people on the internet. This isn't one of them.
This isn't one of them. In fact, he actually made another post, and this is going to make you even more upset. Hey, this is a copy-paste message I'll be sending to everyone that messaged me in good faith because I think it's rude not to reply. But please understand that I have to do this to reply to the messages because of the sheer amount of them, and don't take personally the fact that I can't give a specific response to every single one. I've been banned from the horse sanctuary I've been volunteering at since 2011 for security reasons, which is understandable. They're just trying to get by and they can't deal with this. And fired from my job at the electrical company after 7 years. My life basically got ruined overnight for something that I thought would be fun and productive towards a game I loved and supported passionately. I'm not really an internet person, and my online presence is mostly for friends and family. I'll be stepping away from the community, Reddit, and the video game as a whole. I'm completely and undoubtedly done. Thanks for the support and the kind words to everyone. See you later, guys. So this doxing got him fired from his job, got him removed from the horse sanctuary he worked at, and is causing problems for his family.
Yeah, this is disgusting. And I hate the people associated with it.
So this sucks.
It does, yes.
And as far as I'm aware, the Helldivers 2 Reddit has basically said, just don't talk about it. Doxing is bad. And that's about it. Arrowhead's response, because I had to go digging in their Discord to find this, stating an important message to our players. We are tracking the situation currently unfolding around the Dev D10 challenge, which started on Reddit. I'll do this so you all can see that. Due to the increasing hostility in the community, we need to address it directly with all of you. We do not tolerate threats of violence, harassment, or doxing towards anyone, players, creators, developers, moderators, or our teams in any community spaces. While we understand that r/Helldivers is a community-owned and operated channel, it should be a safe and welcoming place for all people to voice their opinions and frustrations in a productive and respectful way. This kind of toxic behavior is unacceptable and not something we will ever condone. We are continuing to monitor and review the situation internally and with our external partners. But in the meantime, we are asking that our players practice kindness and respect towards one another. Humans are not the enemy, Helldivers. Your fight is elsewhere. So, here's why I don't like this message. While they condoned what just happened, they need to be banning these people who did this.
No, yeah, I would agree.
And as far as we are aware, they're not touching them. Maybe they did ban them. As far as we're aware, maybe they did ban them. But as far as we're aware, they have yet to do shit. No, so they can't ban the off the Reddit. They can ban in the game. That's the difference. The players who did this, they need to ban them.
I would agree.
Unless they're
The
not
problem
even...
is,
Unless...
I don't know how you ban that. Like, they don't even know who's doing this.
Unless they do. Because again, maybe their Reddit names are tied to their in-game names.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, they're going to need to really prove that Redditors are certain players. Yeah, that's the problem. That is indeed the problem. And maybe they won't do that. And that's also kind of the problem of Reddit as well. The sad part is Reddit won't do anything about it. And Arrowhead likely will not do anything about it because they probably don't even know the actual player names of those who did it. This all sucks.
It does.
And you know what it does to me? It proves to me that this community sucks balls.
I mean, I kind of figured that from the very beginning, so I'm not surprised.
At the very beginning, the Helldivers 2 community was fantastic. But now, this is just bad.
Yeah, I don't really know how they can ban people when they don't even really know who those people are.
Mm-hmm.
But I imagine if those people pop their heads up, they'll get rid of them.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Digital ID PSYOP? Who knows? Yeah, kind of like... Yeah, I would say early on, the Helldivers 2 community was very much like the Warframe community. But the community has gone actively worse over time.
Don't understand that. It's a game about killing aliens.
Yes, but...
They think they're really fighting fascism.
A lot of the players do kind of abide by the... the common trend of what Helldivers stands for. Like the satire part of it. Like a lot of the player base is straight up acting like the satire nature of Helldivers is real.
You think so?
Yes. That has actually been proven. And it is actually quite plausible as well that the players that doxed him are fully abiding by that and thinking that by him issuing this challenge, he is a dissident or a traitor because he dare question the narrative.
If that's actually true, these people are extremely retarded and deserve to have themselves put into a mental institution. That is absolutely retarded.
Mm-hmm.
These people, that is disgusting.
So there's no proof on that one, but I kind of would believe it.
Genuinely have a hard time believing that that's the case, though.
Yeah, I wish I did, but there's no proof to say it doesn't, and there's also no proof to say it does. I don't know. It's just I have seen a lot of the community act in that same way. And the fact that there is a lot of them, especially the Reddit community, acting that way, there's a precedent set. So, all I can say is, chat, be careful when you're playing Helldivers. If you don't feel safe with it, only play with your friends. And that's about it. Oh, and don't touch Reddit. Just don't touch the r/Helldivers Reddit. Or just don't touch Reddit at all. Both are good options. Yeah, never touch Reddit. Reddit is the biggest poo touching you can do. Next to Blue Sky. It's not in the docket, but apparently even Reddit is calling Blue Sky out and saying that Blue Sky is heavily leftist imposed.
That's okay.
So the fact that even Reddit is calling out Blue Sky on that shit says a lot about Blue Sky.
Yeah, sure.
I've encountered way more team killing recently in Helldivers. I'm not even surprised. The only time I played Helldivers is literally on stream with friends. So
Yeah. It's funny that I kill people way less the one I did on Tuesday than when I played with you guys. Really funny, in my personal opinion.
I don't play competitive multiplayer. I rage too easily. Well, Helldivers isn't competitive multiplayer, but fair. Blue sky equals leftist echo chamber. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Did you hear about the recent stuff from Sony?
We've talked about a couple of things Sony related tonight, so no.
Okay. So, the trend of PlayStation PC ports is clear. Let me bring this down so chat can see it better. When the game is male-centric, it tends to perform well on Steam. However, when PlayStation games are made to own lit chuds, Steam players ignore their games. PlayStation knows Ghost of Yotei was going to be compared to Game of Thrones. Not Game of Thrones. Ghost of Tsushima. And it was going to be ridiculed. So these are the player numbers for Spider-Man Remastered, Ghost of Tsushima, Stellar Blade, and God of War. Versus Spider-Man 2, Horizon Forbidden West, Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and Returnal.
Okay.
There's a pretty big difference there. To be fair, I don't know about Returnal. That one might literally be a nothing burger. But I know the other three had some mind and development of owning the chuds.
Right. And it sucked.
Yeah. All three games were considered massive failures. So, that's interesting. But, to kind of bounce off of that one, from Jason Schreier, Ghost of Yotei and Saros won't be coming to PC. It was solidified earlier, but got scrapped as a decision to pull from PC Solidified. Multiplayer games like Marathon and Marvel Tokon will continue to appear on PC. Externally developed games like Death Stranding 2 and Kena 2 are coming, so those devs may have autonomy to choose. Possible reasons include poor sales, since they arrived 6 to 12 months after the PS5 launch, and damage to the PlayStation brand from losing exclusivity. What this means, chat, is PlayStation is going fully back to exclusivity for single-player titles. So, Wolverine, Ghost of Yotei, Saros. The only way you're going to be able to play these games...
Jason. It's a good picture of him.
Actually, it's a really good picture of him.
That's fantastic.
So if you want to play any of these games, you will need to go buy a PS5. I hate to say, I don't like exclusivity. But if these are only PlayStation made and published titles, I don't see a problem with them going exclusivity.
I mean, they're going to need to if they want to have anything on their system.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what's going to have to happen for them.
Okay, I want to fix this. Squash this is not the next Kingdom Hearts title. Kingdom Hearts is Disney and Square Enix. Sony has no part. And Square has already said all of their games are going multi-platform. In fact, there's a rumor that they literally bought out their contract for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 so it can come to multi-platform at launch. So, this pretty much only applies to Sony-based games. So again, Spider-Man 3 whenever that comes. Ghost of Yotei, Saros, Wolverine, Last of Us Part 3 if they wanted to. The new Intergalactic game coming out. A new Horizon game. A new... Stellar Blade actually wouldn't count because apparently Shift Up has separated from Sony and they are actually leaning towards self-publishing now.
Right.
So... And they did not say they're going fully exclusive again. What we're hearing is that multiplayer titles, so like in the case of like Helldivers 2, that would go multi-platform because they see the value in that being multi-platform because that's just a lot of players.
Uh-huh.
But when it comes to single player titles, those will remain exclusive to console. So that's fair. It's not like I was gonna play these games anyway. I actually do kind of want to play Spider-Man 2.
Oh, gross.
I've already said I'd buy it on sale. Like if it was like a really good sale. So I'm not playing Last of Us though. You can't make me. What this also means though is like if a new Ratchet and Clank game came out, I wouldn't be playing that unless it's like PS6. And yeah. Which sucks because I like Ratchet and Clank.
I feel like the economy is going to crash before we get the PS6.
Maybe. Yeah, the God of War trilogy remake. That would be PlayStation exclusive too. The next God of War game, no matter what, PlayStation exclusive. So, that sucks, but
yeah,
I understand their point of view.
Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. It yeah.
Sorry, I'm like, this tooth stuff has been exhausting.
No, you are fine. Yeah, we'll talk about this. So, Chet Failsec, the veteran game writer known as for co-writing Half-Life 2, Portal, Left 4 Dead, and Left 4 Dead 2, recently called on online toxicity towards developers, stating, "If you hate game developers, you hate games. If you're cheering for things to fail, just keep it to yourself." So that's yeah.
I think he's just upset, and unfairly, in my personal opinion, you know.
And using Highgarden as an example, we never said we hate the game developers. We just hated what Highguard was. I know a lot of people actually. Please look him up. Okay, hold on. Oh God, no, never mind. This sorry. Sorry, this last statement just... No.
Did he really disagree with the movement?
Apparently.
All right, then I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, by the way.
Okay. So, again, like, I kind of would have liked to have seen Highguard kind of pull the No Man's Sky out of their ass. Like, I think the game could have potential. It's just at launch, the game sucked. Straight up sucked. Yeah. People heard Titanfall 2 devs and thought it was successor, then the gameplay was... Yeah. Exactly. If they had not said anything related to Apex Legends or Titanfall, Highguard probably actually could have been fine. Honestly, if they kept their plans of the shadow drop they had intended, it probably would have also been fine. It probably wouldn't have done great, but it probably would have done better than was from Jeff Keighley opening his mouth. Also, if they were honest about Tencent, it probably would have been fine too. But, you know, whatever. That moan was sexy. Please don't do it again. I don't want to be gay. Excuse me? What? What moan? Sony Santa Monica Studios, which means the next Twisted Metal will be PlayStation exclusive. Yes. Jeff Keighley might be eating a lot of crow. I doubt it. Game should have launched in early access. And I agree. I think if it launched in early access, I think a lot more flack would have... They would have had a lot less flack. Yeah. But you know what? Because the game did have potential. It's just... They set themselves up to have a really high bar. And they floundered. Like, straight up just died. Because they had that such high, like, expectations. Stupid dog, you're making me gay.
You know, I can tell I've had a rough week when it's daylight savings, a tooth fell out, and I look at my car because I went to my car to grab my Altoids, and I was like, I kind of just want to crawl in my car and fall asleep.
Oh.
I like literally looked at my car and said, "Man, that looks comfortable, more comfortable than my bed. I just want to go to bed in that right now."
Damn.
That's how like done I am with this week, I guess.
Okay.
Hmm.
Jeff also didn't help, but he shows.
Dream.
But he does not hold all the blame. Yeah, he does not hold all the blame. Another hero shooter in a world with Overwatch and Marvel rivals. Yeah, and that was the problem. It was yet another hero shooter. The dog boobies take another soul. I really can't wait to show you all the new model. I need to double check with Ari and see when he can start it. So as far as this, Comrade Dell actually made a comment. I know we talked about him last week or the week before. Dogs and the octopus to bed. In fact, we are actually getting really close to being done with the topics I have listed. So Dogwave might end a little early this week, which means Akko can go to bed.
Chat. Listen, daylight savings has kind of fucked me up a little bit, and I'm sure it's fucked a lot of other people up too.
Oh yeah, Dog is incredibly lethal. Dog is lethal. Have you seen these?
Incredibly lethal.
Peter Molyneux was notorious for promising the moon and delivering shit. Yeah. I have to finish that art tomorrow. I wanted to be a tactical shooter with MOBA elements, but was also with Apex-style weapon rarity. Ugh.
There's art. You're getting art?
Yeah.
Lucky man.
Yeah. Well, when you like the dog so much, who doesn't like dog? Dog is great. Dog still gets mogged by Akko. Whoever keeps saying the dog is making them gay is making them gay, except this is the first step in healing.
Exactly. You gotta acknowledge you've got a problem.
So, Comrade Dell had this take. Absolutely an L take. We don't have game developers. I think he meant to say hate. We don't hate game developers. We hate objectively shitty products, and the people who make said shitty products should learn from it and stop making shitty products. Just like you don't want the shitty construction worker that fucks up to do any work for you, or the car mechanic that does a shoddy work, or literally any other industry worker that doesn't do their job. Dude worked on absolute gems that came out polished, finished, and received plenty of acclaim, so he literally has no stake in any of this. Agreed. Can we talk about the new Xbox announcements? I mean, there's not really much to talk about. It's called Project Helix. It's going to be a console with PC games. It's going to be basically a console and a PC at the same time. And it's coming out maybe next year. That's about it.
And it's maybe because the world might not have chips until AI dies, which it is dying slowly, so you never know. Oh,
indeed.
That's nice. That's nice, Altoids. Sorry,
No, you are
I wanted
perfectly
some
fine.
wintergreen in my life.
I mean, some devs can see why they hated, like the Fallout 4 writer. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Oh, if it doesn't look like a DNA strand, I'm alright. This is another bad one, and I do want to talk about this one as like kind of a closing topic for tonight. Why are you doing that? No, cease. There we go. Nagoshi Studio reportedly facing closure after NetEase pulls Gang of Dragon funding. Yakuza series creator Toshihiro Nagoshi announced Gang of Dragon just 3 months ago. The new studio founded by Yakuza series creator Toshihiro Nagoshi is reportedly facing closure after publisher NetEase indicated that it will pull funding for its debut title. According to Bloomberg, employees of Nagoshi Studio were told on Friday that NetEase intends to cut off funding for Gang of Dragon, which was announced at the Game Awards just 3 months ago, this coming May. NetEase allegedly made the decision after discovering that the project needed an additional 7 billion yen, or $44.4 million, in funding to reach completion. Nagoshi is said to be seeking additional funding to continue developing the project, but has had no success so far. Neither NetEase nor Nagoshi Studio has responded to the claims. Gang of Dragon was announced in December and said to be deep in development. The action game stars prolific South Korean-American actor Ma Dong-seok. I think that's how you say his name.
You just said he has a dong.
Best known for his performances in Train to Busan, The Outlaws, and Marvel's Eternals. Train to Busan's a big one. That one's a really liked movie.
Oh, I agree.
In Nagoshi Studios' first Western interview in 2023, Nagoshi told VGC that he would not let down fans of his previous games and would ensure they would be happy with his new studio's debut game. Nagoshi Studios' troubles are the latest in a long line of headlines following NetEase's decision to significantly scale back its international game development operations, following years of investment in new studios around the world. The move has caused chaos across its international operations, with several studios being forced to close and others seeking new funding. In addition to the initial closure of T-, FPC, and Bad Brain, NetEase split from Vancouver-based Worlds Untold, the studio it founded with Mass Effect writer Mac Walters in 2023, as well as Seattle-based Jar of Sparks, the studio founded in 2022 by Xbox veteran Jerry Hook. Oka Studio, the Tokyo-based developer behind Square Enix's Visions of Mana, was also closed in 2024. Other studios like Goichi Suda's Grasshopper Manufacture and Resident Evil producer Hiroyuki Kobayashi's GP Track 50 have pushed ahead with release plans without NetEase's continued support. So,
there's just a chance they're going to shut down.
There's a chance they're going to shut down. But his name is pretty big, and some people are already tagging, like, I hate to say it, but like Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation, like, hey, they need funding, and you potentially have a big old banger on your hands here. Because, again, this guy's the creator of the Yakuza franchise.
Right.
Which is considered really, really, really good. Again, there's no confirmation this game will be, a fantastic game, but that name does bring some high value. So, maybe because I've heard rumors that they're looking to be snagged up or get more funding from someone else as well. Because apparently NetEase is saying, look, we're going to close down everything for this in May, but you have until May if you want to find another sponsor, essentially, or another studio that wants to support this project.
Well, there's always hope.
There's always hope.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah, the game did look very interesting from the Game Awards trailer. This is one game I was actually quite interested in. So hopefully it does happen. I would be really interested. Nintendo was into that game a lot. So would Sony. I don't think any of those three I mentioned are actually good fits. If you want my personal opinion, they're probably going to try and find a Japanese company to... Or even like an Asian company, like, because we talked about Shift Up as an example.
I could see that,
like saying like, oh, they're going into like self-publishing, but we could see Shift Up be like, hey, I see you're having problems. What if we work together? And Shift Up becomes the publisher for Gang of Dragon. Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen. That is an example. Will you think Sega would step in? Sega's a possibility, but I doubt it. Because technically Gang of Dragon does step on the toes of Yakuza and Like a Dragon. Because it's also made by the same guy who made both of those. So... I don't know about that one. Sega's probably not likely. Tencent, we're about to walk in. Well, maybe not. Tencent's being gone after by the Trump administration. That's not in the docket because there's not a whole lot to go on that one.
Well, all there really is to know is Trump is considering telling Tencent to kick sand and not allow them to invest in American companies anymore.
Yep.
Which, honestly, I think I'd be okay with. because they really shouldn't be investing in American companies the way that they are.
hmm
And I'm not really happy that they are.
No, yeah, I agree. So, as far as Gang of Dragon, we'll have to see. The project could be dead. The project could continue on. I don't know. I will say, if I see more on this, I will report it. That's about it.
Good.
Yeah, the Trump administration is basically claiming Tencent is a national security risk. You are right. So, stop investing in companies and buying farmland. Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, let the Jeets do that instead. You know.
Two more things, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm sure some people have seen this one, but Down Detector and Speed Test have been sold for over $1 billion.
Okay.
And according to what we've heard, they've been sold to Accenture, whose CEO serves on the board for the World Economic Forum. So basically, the WEF controls Speed Test and Down Detector now.
I'm not very happy about that.
No, I don't think anyone is, actually. So, yay!
Yay.
So, this is the CEO, Julie Sweet. Julie Sweet is Chair and Chief Executive Officer of Accenture. She became CEO in September 2019 and assumed the additional position of Chair in September 2021. Previously, she served as CEO of Accenture's business in North America, the company's largest geographic market. Prior to that, she was Accenture's General Counsel, Secretary, and Chief Compliance Officer for 5 years. Chief Compliance Officer. Before
Yay.
joining Accenture in 2010, Julie was a partner for 10 years in the law firm Kravis, Swain, and Moore LLP. Julie serves as the World Economic Forum Board of Trustees. She also serves on the Board of Trustees for the Center of Strategic and International Studies and for the Marriott Foundation for People with Disabilities, Bridges from School to Work. Additionally, Julie is board co-chair of both New York Jobs CEO Council and Welcome.us. Julie holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from Claremont McKenna College and a Juris Doctor from Columbia Law School. Julie has been recognized in Time's 100 Most Influential People as one of Fortune's most powerful women in business and by Forbes as one of the world's 100 most powerful women. So,
Why did she buy it?
I don't know, actually.
Good question. Why did she buy these two services?
I don't think anyone knows. I have a feeling Speed Test is weird. I don't know why they bought Speed Test. Down Detector, maybe it was a combo deal.
Were they both owned by the same people?
I believe they were, yes. I think the primary target here was Down Detector. Because Down Detector allows you to see when a service goes down. Like Cloudflare.
Mm-hmm.
Which guess has been going down a lot in the last year.
Are you insinuating that they want to keep you from seeing when something goes down?
Yes, I am. It lines up. And locking down when you can see something is happening in an age where we have age verification and ID verification. I don't know. Again, it's
fair enough.
It's a tinfoil hat theory. I could be wrong. But given the trend of these, excuse my language, fucktards, it makes sense. Susie from Hololive is confirmed for Fortnite. So Fortnite.
I mean, she's been confirmed for a while.
Okay, cool. And final thing, I kind of wanted to talk about this one personally, and I'm curious on your opinion on this. As someone outside of the Resident Evil sphere.
Okay.
So there was a kind of a thing brought up in one of the developer notes, saying, fun fact, Resident Evil Requiem was originally experimented as an online co-op / open world game. Capcom
I don't
later...
feel like I can comment on this game because I've not played it.
That's fair. Capcom later scrapped the idea after realizing fans wanted a classic single-player Resident Evil experience. I mean, good. But a lot of the, and I need to make sure there's no porn on here. I grabbed the actual trend like
Good.
thing.
Probably should do that. Yeah.
Okay, there's so far none. But I was basically seeing some people basically say, "Why is it doing that?" That's okay. Oh god, what's happening? Oh, okay. I think we're fine. I think we're okay. Brave has been shitting the bed lately. Hold on, chat.
Has it now?
Yeah, it has.
For you, maybe.
Okay. I think actually that may have fixed it. There we go. Boop. So, I saw a comment earlier. I wish I actually had grabbed it because no, here it is. Sorry. Here it is. From Revenant. Resident Evil is already ruined, and you know it because this open world question is being discussed at all. People who have no idea why they even pretend to like the source material only whine about fixing it, starting with the remakes that turned RE into generic action games. I would also like to remind people that this also happened with Resident Evil 7. And the director of the game the president of Capcom basically came in and said, "No, you're making a single player game." Because originally, the developers wanted RE7 to have microtransactions galore. Which obviously wouldn't go so well.
No. Yeah. It
And
would not go very well at all.
the president basically said, "No, you're going to do what I want, and you're going to make it a single player game with no microtransactions. You're going to have maybe some DLC, and that'll be it. And go." And it became one of the most successful games in the franchise.
Well, how many? If I was remembering correctly, there was like hundreds of thousands of concurrent players for this game at one point.
We can check for Requiem right now. Nope. There we go.
Wrong one.
79,000 players right now. The game came out at the end of February, and the game takes about 9 to 10 hours to finish.
Okay.
Which is actually pretty typical for Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Because
like it had a peak of 300,000 players.
Yeah. This is very, very good, and proves to them that this is still profitable, and doing the single player route is profitable to them. People like that. What they're basically insinuating here is like, oh my god, because they even thought about making it online, the franchise is just dead.
Oh my gosh.
And I've seen a few people make this comment as well, because Resident Evil purists are mildly annoying, I will be honest. I get where they're coming from. It's just they like to act really annoying and obnoxious. Like, if you just want to talk about your opinions and you want to prove to me why the originals are better, please do. I would love that. I even agree that the originals are better games. But to say that having this discussed at all means the franchise is in a horrible, bad state and you need to just kill it. No. That's a stupid take. Because here's the thing. When you consider Monster Hunter Wilds is a great example of this. Even though Monster Hunter Wilds' big problem was performance, the game still did incredibly well. But would that work in the concept of Resident Evil? I doubt it. So that would not surprise me at all if that is what got people, or got the, higher ups at Capcom to think that way. I don't know.
Sorry to just like sidestep, but Niara's alt account was just suspended.
Really?
Yeah. Their V2 account, it was just suspended.
Huh. Well, there you go.
I believed Mizu when he said that Niara was botting on their alt account. And I think that they got wow.
Yeah.
Chat. Niara's alt account was banned, suspended. He's accountless. I'm not gonna say that and get your stream
Yeah,
suspended. but
that'd be appreciated. Thanks.
I was gonna go way more meaner than I.
You could do that on your stream. If they actually did go that route, then these complaints would be fair. No, absolutely. Like, if they went that route, the complaints would be fair. But the fact that they did not go that route and they realized what the fans wanted and went with that means that they are at least somewhat learning. And that's a good thing. Out of the major AAA companies right now, I would probably say Capcom is likely one of the best, because there was nothing woke in Requiem. The biggest thing people are saying is woke is Grace's design. And that's not even woke. She just doesn't have, tits the size of watermelons, which is what the fucking anti-woke people want. Anti-woke pro-gooner movement people want. Like Grumps.
Yeah. I like how, in about a year, you've gone to, like, not anti-gooner, but you've gone, like, let's be more chill, if that makes sense.
I'm just sick of seeing, like, every character needs, ass and titties the size of watermelons or bigger. Like, you don't need that. There does come a
That is
point.
funny to hear from you.
I know, considering what I've done. But that's the difference. It's like, that's kind of what I wanted to do. Because I can.
When you grow up, chat. When you grow up.
Says the busty dog. Okay, look. Look. Fair. Fair. Can't lie. But that's the thing, is Record's right. Even Nikkei knows when to be conservative. Yeah, exactly. You gotta have a right balance. And then sometimes you let your inner gooner take over. Like, okay, I could make a better example if I showed the new model. I'm not doing that, but I could. Everyone will see it when it's done. I have a better example to show, actually, when it comes to that. Hopefully you will entertain my thought process for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm good for a little bit longer.
Where is it? I lost it. Here it is. I'm sure some people here have seen one of my OCs in the other streams. But Hikari is a great example of this.
Lol.
Like, I'm gonna do this so that way you all have like a better idea of like what we're looking at here. Is she sexy? Yes. But would you call that like not conservative and just made with straight goonerism in mind?
Yes. For the most part.
Ballistics. Why the model is so short and yet so stacked then? Because I can. But there is a level of conservatism about it.
I don't know. What do you think, chat? Do you think that? You think Temp has gone conservatard with his model?
She's got the Akko build with buff stacked. Her chest could be bigger. To be fair, I've talked to Akko about doing this. I would like to update her character sheet.
I mean,
Like-
now you can because I paid you directly.
Well, no, like I would like to get an updated version of this one day because Ari has drastically improved.
He has, yes.
So I would like to see this with his updated, designs or his updated art style. Nothing would change, but I'd like to see him have another crack at it. I'm just saying, stuff like that can make a lot of difference. Yeah, she looks hot, but not super gooner. Exactly. That's what I like. She looks really hot. And that's the thing is, like, you can make that as, like, the primary design. And if you want the super goonerism stuff, you can do that. But that's not the main design. So, again, that's just a thought process. On that note, I actually I meant to do this at the beginning of the stream, and I kind of want to hear your opinion on it. So what you're saying is we need a Tar Terrier version of her. There is, chat. There is one. There actually is. Hold on, where is it? This thing. You've seen it before. It's not really a Tar Terrier version, but
It's a fluffy.
It's a fluffy. If you want something on that's maybe potentially more goonerism, I've shown this one on stream before. Well, actually, no. We'll do this one. We'll do this one because it's a little more accurate. This one. I actually commissioned this one for the Elden Ring streams that I was doing a while ago. I would go so far as to say that is yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's not completely gooner.
So, but that's the thing. Like, again, like you can do these things properly. And chat's now getting horny. Okay. Well, I shouldn't have expected anything less. Anyway, so I talked to you about changing my keycaps on my keyboard.
Yeah.
So this on stream is what my keyboard looked like before. You actually saw my keyboard before with the black keycaps.
Oh, you're just gonna show your keyboard.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have taken off the hand rest, but that's just me.
Meh, it's fine. Because this image was taken as like a reference sheet, so I could basically like know where every key goes. Just so that I didn't mess anything up.
Yeah.
This is the updated one with the new keycaps.
Oh, did you replace them?
I did.
So here's what I think you should do. There are websites where you can get custom keycap images on them,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you should do that.
That'd be cool. I would like to do that with a proper like new keyboard, like a glorious keyboard, not specifically glorious, but like as an example, like glorious. Or...
You don't want to get a glorious keyboard.
Unless I wouldn't. It's just there are other companies that do it,
That are less expensive.
or more potentially.
Mhm.
But I'm kind of not wanting to delve that route yet until this keyboard is like on its way out, because I've had this keyboard since 2018, so
Mhm.
it could be on its way out. It could not be, but I had to clean the keyboard because it was disgusting.
Right.
And like I soaked the black keycaps in a bowl of vinegar and soapy water for like a full 24 hours. They were like, you could see the gunk peeling off of them.
That's disgusting, man.
I know. I did not even know it was that bad. But that's why I wanted to get new keycaps so I could replace those ones so I can clean them without removing like my whole like I can't work. So those are cleaned, those are drying, and they're doing a plastic bag in a box. So if I never need to do the same for these ones, I can.
Yeah. What's crazy is I recently cleaned my keyboard. I like took off the keys and wiped it down. I looked underneath and it still looks bad. It's bad.
So have used gunk shot in his keyboard. Bad gooner. So I sweat a lot. My office is hot, especially in the summer. Now, when you think about that, 2018 to 2026, let's say 2025, because summer hasn't happened in 2026 yet. That's a lot of buildup. It's something that's needed to happen for a while. It's just, it hasn't yet. And now it has, and it's been dealt with. Anyway, that's it, chat. That's Dogwave.
Is that
That's Dogwave. And chat, if you want to see more of those images that I was talking about, you should join the Discord. I actually will have an art section where I'll post them all again. Why not? So if you want to see those, you should join the Discord.
Yes, you should.
And again, chat, if you like the content I produce, I would greatly appreciate you leaving a like and subscribing and joining the Discord, as it is the best
Chat
place to
asking
knowing
the
a
real
life.
questions.
And as always, you should actually join, or you should become a member on the channel so you get access to emotes when I stream.
Is Temp going to answer that very valid question?
Which one? Who's
The one that
has your
asked
cable
you
management
about-
improved? No.
Chat, you
Part
gotta
of the
cancel
reason
that.
why that has not happened is because that is a full day or more of work, and I have plans down the line to get a new desk. And I think at that point, if I'm going to pull out my desk and change that and get all this stuff done, that'll be when I do it. Everything's functional right now. I'm going to leave it functional. Do you like racing games? Look up a game called Project Turbo Blast. Racing games are kind of like, like not my cup of tea. I like them, but I don't play them enough. But I will have to look that up. I'm going to keep enjoying Pokepia in a few days, so I'm good. Fantastic. Dog does not like anything on a leash. Cables are leash PTSD. Fair. All right. Who are we rating, chat? Do you want to? What are you doing for the week, Akko?
I am playing High Guard on Tuesday with Leaflet, Celestium. I'm also going to the dentist that day.
Fine.
I'm either going to work on a video or do my taxes, one of the two. I also have stuff on Wednesday. All this mythic stuff that's going on. I think Wednesday is going to be a big day.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff is just starting to slowly pile up, and you know what? I've got to keep better notes of it now.
Absolutely. As far as is that your week for next week or what?
That is my week for next week.
Okay. As for my week, Wednesday we are doing Lockdown Protocol. Wednesday night.
Oh right, we'll do that too.
Yep. Thursday, I'm playing Zombie RV Trilogy with Razorwind, Akuma Miko, and Dylan. I will not be streaming Friday because I have prior obligations I need to attend to that day. So that's why we're streaming Thursday instead. And then Saturday, I've not quite decided what we're doing yet, but we'll do something. And then, of course, Sunday's Dogwave. Otherwise, chat, I'm going to send you all off to Mizu.
I think he's still going, yeah.
He is. So, I'm going to raise you over to Mizu. Is Mizu live? Yeah, he is. Okay. So, we're going to raise you over to Mizu on YouTube and Twitch. Chat, I need you to behave for the puddle. And I will see you all Wednesday for Lockdown Protocol. Otherwise, chat, you all have a good evening. Thank you for coming out. I had a fantastic time. I will see you all Wednesday. Have a good time. Behave for the puddle. Bye, chat.